Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
That's the sound of steak searing in its juices on your new pellet grill. You heard that right. The Weber Searwood Pellet Grill can smoke low and slow at 180 degrees all the way to a high heat sear at 600. With the Weber Searwood, you can cook on the direct flame over the full great sear zone. You'll hear the gasp of amazement from friends and family when you serve the food. Cooking with the Weber Searwood Pellet Grill just sounds delicious and tastes even better.
Hi guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Have you ever gone to HarmonSolar.com? Well, you really need to, because everything you ever wanted to know about how solar power can save you big on your monthly electric bill is right there. It's online. Through your phone or through your computer, you can learn about tax credits, the equipment they use, look at how they do things for businesses as well as homeowners, see testimonials from happy customers, and I hear they got a pretty good podcast too. Check it out. Go to HarmonSolar.com. That's HarmonSolar.com.
It doesn't get much better than having a job you love, working with people you love, children. And when you become a certified childcare provider, you can spend your days surrounded by your favorite people. Enjoy a fulfilling career caring for up to 4 children in your home. You'll get to run your own business, support children's development, provide parents with peace of mind, and make a difference in your community. Get certified to become a childcare provider at childcare.azccrr.com. Sponsored by the Arizona Department of Economic Security.
Celebrate July 4th with savings at Lowe's. For a limited time, save on the essentials you need to make your garden pop for summer, like Miracle-Gro 25-quart potting mix. Get 2 bags for just $16 and get up to 40% off. Plus, save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major appliances. Hurry, these deals won't last long because Lowe's knows summer savings. Valid through 7/10. Miracle-Gro excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Appliance savings vary based on purchase amount, student supply. See Lowe's.com for more details. While supplies last.
Hi, I'm State School Superintendent Tom Horn. Arizona has a shortage of teachers and a need to improve students' proficiency in reading and math. We need to increase teachers' income, which they deserve, and to increase students' proficiency, which is my highest priority. I'm therefore providing $40 million for free one-on-one tutoring for all students, first grade through high school, regardless of proficiency level. Learn more today at azed.gov.
Sponsored by the Arizona Department of Education.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Wherever you go, take us along. Listen to our live stream on our free Fanatic app. Download it today.
Quiet, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
Hi, everybody. It's Friday here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Did you guys play the drinking game last night? My wife and I were going to play that drinking game during the debate, but about 3 minutes in, we're like, no, let's just drink. We're just drinking now. Just a lot of drinking. That whole thing made me wonder if embalming fluid is considered a PED in the politics game, because somebody's getting fined.
If they have the actual PEDs, they should have used them yesterday.
Yeah, it was.
What was that?
Well, listen, that debate was so awkward and disappointing, and then I realized it was like a preview of that fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. That's what it felt like. Just that kind of awkward and sad. It's just Biden looks so bad for his age, but he looked great for someone who's 130 years old. So, if he just tells people he's 130, they're like, wow,
it's all about perspective.
Oh, he looks so good. He's so well-spoken. Hey, Trump out there bragging that he won 2 club championships in golf on golf courses he owns. That's like Bronny James bragging that he got drafted by the Lakers. Hey, look at me.
What? My dad? He had nothing to do with this.
Trump and Biden arguing about the better golf handicap. To be honest, they both seem pretty handicapped. They shouldn't have probably gone there.
And we'll see you in November.
It was a sad thing to watch. So, anyways, thank God that's over.
I know who lost the debate.
We did.
All of us.
Yes.
Each and every one of us.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, we're cooked.
I turned to my wife and I'm like, we survived the first time round with Trump and we survived the first time round with Biden. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Whatever happens next just doesn't matter.
I just genuinely don't want to give either of them another crack at it, but sure, here we are. Let's do
what's
this.
the alternative? RFK Jr. sitting in a room debating himself. He's out there masturbating, debating. You just this one guy in a room.
It's like nobody wanted to debate you. Why? Who are you talking to?
He's like, well, I'm at my own party. He's standing there in a room by himself with a balloon and a little cupcake going, just figure somebody come. It's just sad. Just sad. Hey, so, okay. You know what? We deserve this. This is the best we can do. We deserve it. And whatever happens next, happens next. But remember, anybody who's listening right now, we survived COVID. We survived Trump. We survived Biden. We'll survive whatever happens next. So, I'm trying to stay positive.
For once, it's you. That's that's the real change here.
And I in no way at all have spiked this orange juice.
I'm very jealous, but don't worry. After work, I will be joining you.
Yum, 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 yum. Anyway, so what's up with you guys?
Oh, it's Friday.
I'm short timer disease right now because next week I'm on vacation. So now I just
understand. Yeah.
I got 3 hours to get through. And I just I'll be honest,
we're just gonna
I'm an answering machine message right now. I'm not here right now. Yeah, I'm just,
we're counting on the fourth dimension to do their normal Friday afternoon show antics.
Somebody texted in yesterday towards the end of the show. I felt bad because it was a new texter. And never got to read the text, never got to say hello. And they're my kind of smart ass. This new texter, 2339, at 5:49 p.m. last night said, Jeffrey, in regards to Taurasi versus Clark, if they picked up the ball and ran with it, well, that would be traveling. I was like, what the hell? I must have said that they took the ball and ran with it or something. I must have used the phrase.
You must have used a metaphor. And then
that's kind of first conversation if I have with somebody. I'm like, all right, I'm good with this person. I'm good with this person. Although I have no idea who this person is. So, oh well. By the way, if the Monkey Puncher, if she's listening, I did send your photograph and a note along to Dylan Cohen saying that, you were interested. And I've not heard back yet. Bruno Baller says, hey, what's up with Ralph? Why hasn't he been on the show in a while? Because he's busy. But Harmon Solar's just getting tons of calls and they're just doing lots of business. And so, he has his day job over there that he's got to do. So, he's been busy. But he says he might be available to hang out with you guys next week.
Hey, well, that's a plus.
Yeah,
he's around. We'll have him.
He's figured that, you guys won't tear him up the same way I will.
Well, that's probably
true.
You know what
I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, well.
So whatever there is about the Lakers, about the Dodgers,
yes,
you guys will have to load up and take care of business on that.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure we can handle that. Yeah.
Mr. Wilbur says, I heard something funny on another radio station. Well, keep that crap to yourself.
Okay.
Am I going to read what was funny on another radio station? Why don't you go over there and just keep listening? I got a few drinks under my belt. I'll say anything right now. Bruno Baller says, will you guys be taking next Thursday and Friday off for 4th of July?
Yes.
Sure will. Sure will. Next question. Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Hello, George.
Hi, George.
Hey, Big
He
George.
says, Arizona Diamondbacks face the lowly Oakland Athletics this weekend. Don't
Nope.
say that.
Easy.
Don't say that.
Easy, Big George.
Because we play down and sometimes we play up. But lately we've been playing crap. So don't disparage. It says, considering the Diamondbacks' track record this season, yeah, we will probably lose 2 out of the 3. Fire Greg Berhalter. Who? Who's he going to fire?
Greg Burkhalter?
It says Greg Berhalter. Who the hell's Greg Berhalter? What happened to fire Torey Lovello?
You know, the manager of the team who's still
Greg Burkhalter?
Yeah, he's just Berhalter. This is some poor guy. He's like probably sitting in concession stand going, what the hell?
What did
Why?
I do?
Why me? I don't understand.
Who is Greg
Yeah, Google that.
Burhalter?
Yeah, you got it.
Greg Berhalter is the U.S. men's national team, soccer team. Head
Oh,
coach.
don't be slipping soccer crap into this
That's
show.
how he tried to sneak that past you.
That's who Greg Berhalter is.
Oh, who gives a rusty damn about what happened? You know, if they win, hooray, go USA. If they lose, it's like, who cares? It's soccer.
Wait, it really wasn't his fault last night when just a few minutes into the match that player for the USA. Let me see. Let me look at the.
Were you
roster.
watching?
No, I saw some highlights and
I avert my eyes.
Timothy Wee, Timothy Wee got a red card and they had to play with one player down the entire match.
Power
That's
play.
not Greg Berhalter's fault that Timmy he got a red card and thrown out of the damn game.
Oh, he punched that guy in the head. Just flat out. I thought it was going to be one of those. Hey, maybe it was a bang bang play. No, he just took his fist and he punched one of the Panama players in the head and red card.
If you told me that was going to happen more often, I might watch. But I feel like that's rare.
It is rare.
Yeah.
But because stuff
Well,
like
I mean,
that happens.
it
You get
wasn't
ejected.
even-
There's no replacement for you. You're just down a guy.
It wasn't even they weren't even on the ball.
No.
This
Yeah,
happened
they were
behind the play, so to speak.
Yeah, they were at midfield, kind of going back and forth, and I guess Timothy took a little exception to what was going on there.
Did he even try to cover it up?
No,
Like
No.
how they tried to oh wait, with me? I didn't do it.
no.
You know?
Well, the Panamanian player, to be fair,
To be fair,
Be a foul.
yeah, the Panamanian person drew first blood because he hit Way and Way.
Oh, well, then it's fair game.
He retaliated. But what's the old saying?
Mhm.
The second guy always gets caught. The
Yeah.
second guy always takes the penalty.
especially that one, because the first shot was more subtle. The response was just, okay, if you're going to elbow me in the chest, I'm punching you in the face, and then
Yeah.
he did. He punched him in
Yeah.
the face.
I don't
Yeah.
feel comfortable with all this talk.
Well, it was the back. Was it?
Well, we're
it was the
talking
back
about
of
the
head,
fight
right?
in
Yeah.
the game, not the
I
game.
know, still, it's just soccer adjacent.
He like hip checked him and then whacked him in the back of his head.
Yeah,
George says that coach needs to lead with discipline. He can't allow his players to commit such egregious fouls, leading to red cards. And
What do you mean allow?
what
What do you mean allow? What was Greg supposed to do in that exact moment, Big George? Was he supposed to run out of the field when he saw Timothy balling up his fist? Was he supposed to run out there and go, "No"? What do you mean allow? he hit him.
It was
The
after
buck
the
stops
fact.
there,
I mean,
though, right?
What
Like-
do you want him to run wind sprints after the game? What do you
Yeah,
want
it's
him
like
to
he
do,
can
Big
punish
George?
him
I mean,
after the fact, but the fact of the matter is he already hit the guy.
Randy, I think you and I
yeah.
and Ian Keon, through our past experiences in life, would
Yeah.
love to see a coach run wind sprints.
Oh,
Any
well,
coach, please.
Well, no, I was.
Oh,
talking
I have a
about the
coach in
player.
mind.
player.
We all do.
High
was talking
school
about the
basketball
player.
coach.
So
Oh, he should definitely. Well, you know what? The
He
entire
had us
game
run
is
wind
wind
sprints
sprints.
just for the.
yeah, I know
Yeah,
that
just-
that was
just-
kind of the joke of the thing.
He's running back.
It
It's
doesn't
kind
hurt.
of the joke.
It doesn't hurt
So.
the players at all, so you might as well make the coach do it.
Did you guys like food trucks? You like to go get some food from a food truck?
Occasionally,
Yeah, every now
occasionally,
and
yeah.
then. There's a good quesadilla one that I can't remember the name of it. That's in Tempe sometimes.
I get a little twitchy about the food trucks. I've gotten a couple of lunches off of a food truck, but in general, I haven't gone out and like you see them like they circle the wagons and there's this big food truck extravaganza, and you walk around and you're like, oh, this is great fun. It's all these questionable,
Dude, when I worked,
I worry about the sanitation there.
Well, they have to
sanitation
apply
and
for all the
sanity.
same stuff that a restaurant has to as far as cleanliness goes.
Listen,
worked
I have
at-
a rule. If you like the restaurant, never look in the kitchen.
Yeah,
But I'm
well-
standing there in front of this food truck. I can't help but see the flies flying around, a guy
Yeah,
working
well.
on these things in his nose.
Well, you don't
yeah.
eat there. That's just.
I'm just saying.
I don't know.
When I worked in TV, we used to go downtown. I think it was like a food truck Wednesday, and it was downtown.
Sure.
There was this empty lot, and there was like 25 or 30 food trucks. You just walk around there, and whatever fare you wanted. They had Mexican food. They had Chinese food. They had hamburgers. Whatever you wanted. Barbecue. They had it all.
Well, I mean, I know they have it all. I just worry about. I'm not a germaphobe. The food trucks, though, there's a reason they call them roach coaches. You know what I mean?
Well, those
There's
are the
a
ones
reason
that,
they call them that.
Yeah, well, those are the ones that when you drive by them on the freeway, they smell like grease.
If I can smell you from my car, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not
Those
saying
are the roach coaches.
you don't eat at every food truck indiscriminately. Like that's you got to have standards.
Listen, I know there's probably a lot of very fine food trucks out there, right? And they are, health department investigated and inspected, and they got A plus, and I'm sure they are great. I'm sure they are. But then I also worry about, I don't want to be there when that guy snaps. Can I tell you what I mean by that? It's hotter than hell out there, and even with your little air conditioner you got sitting there, and you're parked out there. It's 110 degrees outside. This dude's sweating bullets, and I feel like the slightest thing could set him off. And me, professional smartass over here, I could just say something sort of innocent, and then all of a sudden I'm getting beat to death by a guy with like a breakfast burrito. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if
Yes.
this is probably the best place for me to go. It's just, and I don't know. I worry about the sanity and the sanitation of the food
Well,
trucks.
I could understand that, but when people are using gloves to prepare your food,
Oh,
I'm
that'll
okay with
that'll
that.
protect you from everything.
well, I'm
the stuff
okay with
that's on
that.
their
When I
hands,
see
though.
these guys are, when I see these guys are at least
The
mindful
glove, they're
about
sitting there
that.
doing this.
No,
You change the gloves after you prepare the food.
Yeah,
You would
to
hope
do-
so, but there's no
You-
guarantee.
You
I
can
mean,
see them.
you can see them. There's a lot of classy food trucks that you can buy.
I'll take your
food
word
from.
for it.
Yeah,
And I
Why not?
believe you. And I'm not trying to disparage everybody trying to make a living out there with their food truck, but there's a lot of bad ones. There's a lot of bad ones, and hopefully there's a lot more good ones. Back in the day, when the food truck was invented? When that first came out? The food truck?
1386.
That is incorrect. You're just now throwing out dates randomly. You're not actually giving it thought.
1969.
We didn't have trucks until the 1900s.
I just
Truck
said
trucks.
1969. All right,
Well,
you chastised me.
69.
I just did.
Nice.
You just wanted to say 69.
No.
Yeah.
No, I didn't even think about. What do you think I am, moist one?
There is a brand name attached to the first food truck.
All right.
And that truck looked like the food they were selling.
Oscar Mayer Wieners, the Wienermobile.
That's it.
1969.
1936.
Oh, sorry.
Nothing happened in 1969, Randy.
Nothing.
But actually, so that's the first automobile food truck. But,
Automobile.
food carts and trucks, well, that dates back to the 17th century. Vendors would have their little cart and they'd rolled around the city. But then, as far as the closest relative to a food truck, chuck wagons. Remember that when you watch the westerns? Old Cookie had his all his food and wares in there, and
1800s. Yeah.
a lot of beans. A lot of beans got sold from those. Biscuits.
I'd like to call a challenge on this. I'd like to challenge
Okay.
that because I believe food trucks and carts have been around long before. What did you say it
17th
was?
century.
I bet it was 13. What did I say? 1386. I think that's when it originally started.
Yeah, and you think that they had carts with little
Oh,
mini
yeah.
kitchens in there?
Yeah.
No, they didn't. They didn't, Randy.
Or
Go ahead.
they rolled the carts into the grand banquet hall there at the castle, and they had all sorts of foods and goods loaded on
Do
these
your
carts.
research. Do your
13
research.
1386. I'd like to call it challenge.
I have research right here. You see that? I have research. Where's your research?
Why? I haven't looked on the Google yet.
I didn't look on Google. I did research.
Huh?
I was hours in the library last night.
Well, okay.
No.
I'll spend the weekend and I'll come back and get you on Monday.
It was the library in my house, and most of that time was spent drinking. But still, do your research.
I will.
Harry Soap says, sounds like Jeffrey wants to give himself a red card this afternoon, meaning the Daily Blender will be a man down the rest of the show. Oh, I'd love that. Can you guys take the rest of the show?
Isn't that just called whenever you do actually go on vacation? Is that
Yeah. But I mean, we could start early. Fubar 1000 says, howdy, 1580 in Fourth Dimension. I've been working a lot. Missed the show. You too, Jeffrey. Okay, don't make it weird, Fubar 1000. But yes, it's been 6 months since we've heard from you.
So
You need
just
to change
so
your
little,
job.
just a little bit.
Yeah, like I tell everybody, listen, you're not here for us. We're here for you. So people come and go. They get busy. They're whatever. Yeah, we're here for you. Kind of curious, why would you put your job before us?
Maybe he was undercover agent.
Well, now you've blown his cover. Way to go, Randy.
How
You
have I
just
blown
got Fubar 1000 killed.
How did I just get him killed?
Because loose lips sink ships.
Oh, yeah? Well, snitches get stitches, pal.
No, I agree with that. Yeah. That's true. Stitching 9 saves time.
One bad apple don't spoil the whole bunch.
You can
Pal.
bend over and kiss the whitest part about. Oh, look at the time. We got to take a break. When we come back, let's talk about what's going on in the NBA. So there's been some movement in free agency and some stuff going on with the Suns, too. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Get insights into the sports betting market with VSiN's betting splits. See where the money is and keep updated on how the market is reacting. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Major League Baseball, the Diamondbacks are home tonight at Chase Field as they begin a 3-game weekend series against the Oakland A's. Thursday night, Arizona lost 13-6 to Minnesota as they dropped 2 of 3 in that series and have now lost 4 of their last 5. Slade Ciccone will get the start tonight for Arizona, while Oakland goes with J.P. Sears. The Diamondbacks minus a run and a half plus 120 on the run line, while the Athletics getting a run and a half or minus 140. On the money line, Oakland plus 150, Arizona minus 175, and the over-under tonight sits at 8.5. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
This is big, like really, really big. So I'm a rewards member at Kohl's, and I just shopped their first ever member deal days. Listen to this. I got 25% off clothes, shoes, and more for myself, my husband, and my kids. Plus 25% off some really great finds for our home. Not a member? Don't worry. You can join for free right now and get instant access to these savings too. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on Kohl's member deal days. Select styles. Some exclusions apply. 25% off Kohl's rewards offer ends June 30th. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste, so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Is that your new Nissan Rogue?
Yeah, crazy story. So I'm at the Nissan Thrill of Summer sales event when Dave, the sales guy, asks, want to test drive the Rogue? And I'm like, let's go. We're driving when Dave says, check out the VC turbo engine. I hit the gas and whoosh. I'm like, okay, I wasn't expecting that. Dave goes, if you think that's cool, watch this. Dave shows me the miles per gallon and I'm like, whoa, that's pretty impressive fuel economy. Dave mentions, these new cars are going fast. And in that moment, I had to have that Rogue. Crazy, right?
Wait till you hear how I got my Sentra.
Now Nissan offers 6 vehicles starting under $30,000 MSRP. Shop the Nissan sales event. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. 2024 EPA fuel economy estimates from 28 city, 34 highway to 30 city, 37 highway for 2024 Nissan Rogue. Actual mileage may vary. Nissan Altima, Kicks, Leaf, Rogue, Sentra, and Versa. All prices are manufacturer's suggested retail price. MSRP excludes destination and handling charges, tax, title, license, and options. Dealer sets actual prices.
Stay ahead of the curve with your commute. ADOT's I-10 Broadway Curve Improvement Project is making great progress. That means better travel times, safer commutes, plus easier access to work, schools, retail, and Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. Want to stay informed about upcoming closures and construction traffic? Good news, you can get real-time updates on the app, available at i10broadwaycurve.com. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Department of Transportation.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here, host of You Better You Bet, reminding you to check out the show. Now, why should you check out You Better You Bet? Because we bring you the most fun. We bring you the most insightful, the most entertaining show in the wagertainment world. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come alongside them. Plus, you'll get the best betting analysis anywhere from myself, Ken Barkley, and some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. So tune in weekdays, noon to 3 on Arizona sports betting station, 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Today, Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. I have a treaty with my mom now.
Okay.
She's supposed to text me and let me know anytime she's listening. You know, so I can avoid, saying things that might bother her. Like the other day, she wasn't thrilled with the use of the word vagina. That was said quite a bit.
Are you sure she's not listening right now?
No, she hasn't texted me, so I know she's not listening. So
how do you know for sure? Because moms do what they want.
Well, we have a deal. So
okay, you have a deal.
You know, if I get texted that way, I won't be saying that. So I might want to just. It's just like for instance, I would tell you that I guess Kourtney Kardashian said she's afraid her vagina will fall out after she had her latest kid. Yeah, and you know where I found that? If you want to read this, you go to Google, you put in Kardashian and the word vagina, and then after you do that, scroll down to like page 4,783, and it's right there. Don't hit images. That's all I'm going to tell you. So let's talk about the Phoenix Suns. We're still sort of wondering what's going to happen. We need a point guard, right? We got Ryan and then also whatever. What's the
Iguodala.
Thank you. I don't have it in front of me. So Josh Okogie, he sees like, oh crap, they just brought in Ryan Dunn. He's, I'm going to do, I'm going to decline my $3 million player option. I'm going into unrestricted free agency. Okay.
Okay.
Is this something we should try to do something about or no?
Not
really.
Not really. I feel like he very accurately figured that they might be drafting his replacement. So
yeah,
so he just decided, hey, I'm going to try and see what's on the open market for me. And he'll probably make, a round of that.
So he's not screwing himself over here. He
I don't
signed his player option, got his $3 million, and then just cruised. But now he may not get picked up by somebody, and he's a free agent.
He'll probably be picked up by somebody, and hopefully for him, I think what he's looking for is just a place where he can ensure he gets enough playing time so that when he gets like a real opportunity to get paid, there's enough stuff there to show that like, hey, look, I actually do belong and deserve to get paid and all that. If you're sitting behind Ryan Dunn, if for whatever reason you can't get back out on the floor, yeah, that doesn't look good for you, and you're not going to be able to make the argument that you should get paid afterwards. So
where did Josh Okogie go to college?
Trying to see if he knows how to do math. What?
No, I'm trying to see if he's Georgia Institute of Technology. Okay, the Knicks won't be picking him up, so you can scratch the Knicks off.
He's not from Villanova.
He's not from Villanova.
Oh yeah, that's odd. That's an automatic strike against you with New York.
Yeah, right there. So you can just eliminate the Knicks out of it.
Smart. Yeah, I saw some stats. Now the people will say, "Oh, LeBron James is old. He's had it. He's getting tired. He's lost a step." And I've always been saying, I don't know. Every time I watch that man play, he doesn't look like he's lost much of a step. And I don't know, maybe statistically, but I've seen
He's
him just
averaging
go
26
crazy.
a game. What do you want
Yeah.
from him?
Yeah. So that's the crazy thing. The day Bronny was born, he was getting 27 points per game. Today, he's averaging 26. And same amount of RPG, and actually one more APG. It was 7 when Bronny was born, and it was 8 when he was drafted. So,
Because he's become the point guard of a team that he thought had a point guard.
Right.
He's just had to take on another job.
So, I don't feel like he's really lost a step. I mean, if you really melted it down, he's not got quite the same athleticism. He has lost a little bit of a step, but
he gets injured a little more often.
He's a mortal man, but when he's out there, his body just forgot what time it is. And he just, I mean, when I see him drop a 3, I'm just like, oh God, that bastard. And then when I see him just power his way into the basket and just will himself to it, even though there's like 4 guys in the way, I just like, it's still pretty amazing. So, everybody who's worried about LeBron, gee, many. I mean, you see him playing this way now, you might think 3 or 4, maybe 5 more years, unless things really start to fall apart.
Yeah, and usually that's how it goes. Like when your body starts to fall apart in basketball, like it just like the wheels come off.
It's pretty quick.
Yeah, like it's not a gradual decline. It's usually, hey, I've got one bad year, and then the next year it's like, wow, what happened to you? I think with LeBron that's going to probably happen, but I don't know that we're that close. He hasn't really declined that much, and so like there's no reason to think that LeBron's going to fall off entirely. The only thing I'm worried with him about is injury. He gets injured more now than he used to. He used to be an Iron Man, and now he misses a good chunk of games every year. But he bounces back, and playoff time, he's still there.
So, we were kind of going back over the bones of the draft because, the second round happened yesterday. And so we're trying to wrap our brains around what some teams did or did not do. I was bummed that the Suns didn't get Furphy because that just seemed like a fun name. I knew nothing else. Johnny Furphy sounds like the funnest name.
Sounds like a bar. Johnny Furphy's.
Sounds like a Muppet is what he sounds like.
All of the above, actually.
So then you're like looking into second round, and I'm like, wait a second. This Kyle Filipowski guy from Duke went to the Utah Jazz, right? Is that what that is? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was supposed to go in the first round. What happened to that guy?
Well, a couple of things. One, he had an injury, not this past season, the season before. He actually would have been, I think, like a top lottery pick if he had gone out that year, but he wanted to kind of, show what he could do a little bit more. And unfortunately, when people started looking at the film for him, some of the stuff that popped out, not great. So that's why he fell out of the lottery, but he was still supposed to be a first rounder. Then there was some stuff with his girlfriend that made teams very nervous because she was dating him when she was basically a senior in college, and he was still in high school.
Hello.
And she used to babysit him as well back in the day. So it's just a very.
But let's do the math. Hold on. Let's not get too crazy here. Let's do the math.
I have done the math.
So what's the age difference?
Hold on. I got to pull it back up here.
She was changing diapers. She already knew what she was getting.
So she was yeah. I don't think she was his cheerleader. His
I bet she
babysitter
was.
that far back.
Well, she was his babysitter far enough back.
Well, no, because when I was in high school, when I was 16, I was dating a girl out of high school. So, but she was like a year out of high school. So it wasn't that big of a difference. She was a senior when I was a sophomore. In fact, she came up to me and she's like, she says, "You're not a junior, are you?" I'm like, "No." So she assumed I was a senior, and we dated for a while. Then somebody said something, and she's like, "Wait a second, you told me you were a senior. No, you just asked if I was a junior." And then she got upset with me. But then we were like, "No, we like each other, so we're gonna stay together, even though it's a forbidden love." And then when she graduated high school, and I'm standing there now, I'm like 16, and I'm like, yeah, my girlfriend's gonna pick me up in a car. Yeah, you're lying. Come on. And then everybody's like, oh my God. So it was legendary.
Little bit of a different situation. This is a 6-year age gap.
Oh dear God, that's
So-
too much. Too much.
So, and he's 20
Sounds like that
right
Dutch
now.
That sounds like that Dutch guy that they're like, no, he can go play in the Olympics. Sure, even though he was 19 and the girl was 12. It's very similar.
So, yeah, there are pictures of them at his senior prom. She's 24. He just turned
Good Lord.
18. And they did not. That was not when they started dating. That's
Her
just
name is
a thing.
Statutory Sally.
So,
You talk about legendary.
Wow.
So teams were asking him about this,
Mhm.
and he was very weird about it. Like he knew it was weird. He made all of the interviews.
Well, how
that
did
were-
he make it weirder?
It was just when they asked him about it, they were like, he just got very visibly uncomfortable talking about the age gap. Like he knew it looked weird, but he didn't play it off as just like, it's just.
You're getting interviewed. You just turn and say, I know, right? High five.
I just and look, there's some teams you're gonna put off like that, but I mean,
Tell the Utah Jazz would be like,
well,
we'll allow it.
it was the Utah Jazz. Now that they need to give him a number other than the one
They're
that
like,
Karl Malone wore. That's not a good.
Brother Filipowski, welcome to the church. I mean, the team. Welcome to the team.
So that was part of his fall. There was the
Can't believe he
teams-
fell
teams were
because his
just
girlfriend was
genuinely-
older. If he fell because his girlfriend was younger, I'd understand it. But
But it's not that she was older. It's that he was weird about. Like teams just didn't like the way that he was.
he didn't know what to
just-
say.
Sure, but okay. If one
Utah
team,
Jazz got a deal.
if one team asks you, "Hey, what's going on?" and you're like, "Oh, I wasn't prepared to answer that." You're unprepared to answer that question for every other team that asks you after that.
Yeah,
That's
is weird.
That's weird. He was like multiple teams were like he was very strange about this, and just very trying to avoid the subject. And they were just like, we're just asking. Like, just
If he had used my tactic, he probably would have gone like in the top 15.
Now that being said, she's messed up for that. I just
Yeah,
she's messed
no,
up.
that
She's
that
abso-
end that is a
she's
bit weird.
absolutely messed up for that.
Yeah,
Because if you swap the genders, that is not good. So to me, the standard's got to be the same. The standard is the standard. That's not good. You can't have a college age person dating not yet an 18-year-old in high school. No. Because if that was some dude and your daughter, you'd kill him. No way.
Yeah.
No.
You feel like giving this kid a fist bump, don't you?
No, I don't actually. This is how women who are predators get
Yeah.
away with this kind of stuff. Like, so no, actually, that's
you don't-
right. It's wrong.
Yeah,
It
but
is wrong.
Put yourself in his shoes.
I
and you're
don't know.
like-
I don't know why. Yeah, it just seems like teams punished him for it. I'm not saying it's his fault, but she's wrong for this. There's
Why-
no way.
I mean, love is love, is it not?
I don't know if he's a victim.
I disagree with that on the very basis of he was still not an adult when that
Yeah.
started.
So okay, so
No.
technically, because like if he was 17 and she was 18, then you'd be like, okay, all right, well,
She
she
was
just happened to.
26.
I know. I'm saying if there was just that little thing there, then you'd be like, all right, you can kind of work with it.
Well, yeah, there's a
But
line.
when there is a 6-year difference, okay, once he's 18, well, that's for them to figure out. But so if there's a 6-year difference, he was 12 and she was 18. That ain't right.
No,
That's
it is
messed
not.
up.
You're genuinely not even in high
But
school.
what we
together.
haven't answered is
What?
when did they start dating?
It's unclear.
See, that does matter a bit.
But that's why the prom photo of they did not start dating at prom. That is clear. So it was before that.
How do you know?
Well,
maybe he asked her. Maybe he shot his shot. He's like, I'm going to call my old babysitter. I'm going to ask her to prom.
I don't think that's how that went from what I was reading before. They were together before that. The prom is just where we've got photo evidence of that.
Yeah. Even
So-
I
then,
don't see what I don't see
which
what the big
prom?
deal is. I'll
Yeah.
be
what,
honest with
what
you.
year
Okay,
was he?
well-
A junior? Or was he a senior?
Well,
And
he
that's
was- he
still
was-
6 years.
He was a senior in the photo. I'm sorry. No, there's nothing a 26-year-old and an 18-year-old have in common. There's nothing. Okay, stop.
Maybe
No,
she's really immature.
No. She might be really immature. That excuse wouldn't work for a man. Now,
She
would it?
really needs to be
So-
arrested.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
Like,
we're
we
agreeing
really-
with you.
we-
At no point do we not
well,
agree
well,
with you.
Randy is not agreeing. Randy's like, I don't see what the problem is. The problem is she's a predator. If any of this
Listen,
stuff is
Tim,
true.
Two things can be true. One,
She
we
has
could look
one-
at her and be upset and say, how dare she? It's reprehensible, and we could still want to give the guy a fist bump. I'm just saying, you can just.
I think that I'm
understand.
not doing the second one because
Well, I mean,
the
if
second
not
one is the
his
one.
fault.
The second one is the one that gets covered up.
look,
And like, no, man.
it's apparent that the parents
No,
of
no.
of this man, of this young man, knows this gal, right?
Knows, but did they know this was going on? They had
Well,
to
but
know
I-
on
they-
prom
they-
night.
They had to know it was going on. I mean, you would. Think,
I don't care if the parents gave the green light. Why does that make it right?
In
What
neither
doesn't
direction,
it
male or
make it
female. You're right. That doesn't.
Why
Make it right.
doesn't
He's
that
not
make
an
it right?
adult. His brain is not an adult's brain.
And
she
so
is.
And so
That's it.
Well, I'm still
If
just
it
asking the question.
reverse the genders. If that is a man, a 26-year-old man, and a 17-year-old girl,
Yes,
you're okay with that.
If as long as
nope,
everybody's
nope, nope.
agreeing,
Okay,
the
I'm
parents
not.
are all
Well, I'm
agreeing.
not. I'm
not
sorry.
agreeing to nothing. I'm punching somebody in the face.
Yeah, I'm saying that I'm not. I'm just not. No.
Well, you guys see, you guys don't understand. I vetted my daughter, my oldest daughter's husband, for a long time, and I gave him a hard time. But he's 20 years older than her, so I don't
Yeah,
see
but
what the
when did
difference
they
is.
start dating?
When did they start dating?
Yeah.
well,
Was
she
she-
was older. I mean, she
Okay,
was.
Yeah, well, not in
the,
high
pro-
school.
the problem
She
isn't
was-
the age gap; it's when they started, and he was still in high school.
I don't see the problem.
Okay, well, we're just not going to agree on that. So
6 years? Is that what you guys are saying? It's 6
It's
years.
6 years, and it started in high school. If they had
Okay,
met
well-
now, if she's 26 now and he's 20, I'm not even having this conversation.
I still don't see anything wrong with it.
Okay,
but-
well,
I think
agree
I'd like to
disagree, my
know
friend.
more information, but it's still wrong.
That reads as grooming to the nth degree. You wouldn't allow that if
grooming. What do you mean
Yes, that's
grooming? What is-
genuine. Okay.
What do you mean grooming? I don't understand.
When you have usually it's an age thing, but that power imbalance of a younger person, you can start getting that person to be much more reliant on you.
She's not a
and much more-
predator. His parents
We-
know her.
That's most predators are known by the parents of the victim. You know that, right?
Well,
Okay, so I'm just saying the fact that she's known does not make this okay. And I
The-
don't
the-
that doesn't
kid-
change anything for me.
The
at
kid,
all.
the kid went to Duke on a scholarship to play basketball.
Okay.
You don't get into Duke if you're some numbskull.
That
I mean,
doesn't mean
clearly-
no one's saying he's a
Clearly,
numbskull.
the kid and the parents know something, and they have some insight into this young man, or he would never have made it to Duke.
I think
I,
that's
I
irrelevant.
disagree. I think that Kyrie
I think
Irving, who
it's very
believed the Earth
relevant.
was flat for a very long time, also made it to Duke
Ah,
and played on a scholarship. I'm just saying, like, let's not make that the thing that proves that this is okay.
You know what it is? Here's the thing. We as guys, we put we when we talk about these things, we immediately think back to our 15-year-old self, and our 50-year-old self is like, hell yeah. And but see, that doesn't mean it's right. That doesn't mean what she was doing was right, or anybody who is that far older than the other one. They should know better, and it isn't right. It is it is either a mental deficiency of the person who is 6 years ahead, or it's just downright evilness. So whatever the case, we look at it from our vision of what we were maybe like when we were 15, going, thank you. And that's not the way it really works.
Look, I was joking when I said, hey, give him a fist pump and good for this kid. But the bottom line is, as long as the parents and the children and the young lady are all talking, everybody's involved. There's a lot
Randy,
of trust
in
here.
some Middle Eastern countries, the parents are all right with it, and they shake hands with the parents of the other person, but the other person is like 35 and the child is 12. Yeah, all the parents are agreeing on that, but yet they have these arranged marriages.
Well, this
that
is
don't
not
sound right either.
Obviously, this is not.
Point
an
is, whether the
arranged
parents
marriage.
agree or not, doesn't make it right.
Well, I disagree.
Do you want to give me a fist bump?
I will give you a fist bump. There you go. But I still disagree. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I still think I don't think that every situation is a predatory situation.
I didn't say every situation. The one where he's in high school and she's in college, that one is to me.
Well, okay.
Not every age
And
gap.
that's why, Keon, America is great because you can have your opinion and
Hey.
I can have mine.
That's why I said agree to
And the
disagree,
law
man.
has
Like-
one opinion, and she should be in jail.
Just
Kiss the
legally.
Cook says, I graduated high school at 17 and I was dating my counselor. She was 23. No wonder all your texts are so jacked up. Dog named Boo says, a teammate of mine in high school was seeing our sex ed teacher. Talk about an education.
Well, he had a
Still,
lot of homework,
that's-
did he?
I don't want to know any more about
Yeah,
this.
just go ahead and leave that one
Yeah.
with as little information as possible. I no longer want to know that. That, in fact, I wasn't asking for stories. I'm just telling you this ain't right. Probably
save
good.
that for-
Those ain't
sa-
right either.
Save that for Blender After Dark.
Probably a good time for a break. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000 and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Did you know Harman Solar has gone super high tech? There's an amazing tool at HarmanSolar.com that'll give you an instant ballpark solar estimate using satellites from space. You just type in a little information, and within seconds, you'll have an idea of just how little money it takes to save big on that monthly electric bill. I did it, and within seconds, they measured my roof and calculated my savings. It's very impressive. Go to HarmanSolar.com and give it a try yourself. That's HarmanSolar.com.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. You know, I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. You know, basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
You're expanding your business and need to add to your fleet. Maybe you need another semi-truck or trailer. Don't have the cash? I can help. I'm Dylan Cohen at JR Capital, and we offer no money down financing on new and used trucks and trailers. Whether you're an owner-operator or a fleet manager, I'll get the vehicles you need with a simple application and same-day approval. It's faster and easier than asking your banker. Call me, Dylan Cohen, at 602-834-7353. Or visit moneyradio.com and click on Finance with Dylan.
Life is full of bright moments, but sometimes those moments can seem too far away. Trained and caring crisis specialists in Arizona can assist you with any situation, big or small. Free and confidential help is only one text away, day or night. Text the word HOPE to 4HOPE. That's HOPE to 44673. These moments matter, and so do you. This message is sponsored by Solari Crisis and Human Services.
It's the sound of the fight songs, the excitement of the rivalries. It's the unbelievable upsets. It's the Heisman hopefuls. It's the national rankings. College football is coming. Listen for it on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
That's the softest I've ever seen you, Jessica.
I think I'm underwater. I don't know what happened.
I thought there was something wrong with my eyes for a second. So maybe I do need glasses.
Ooh, that's a nice ring.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See if that
That's nice.
brings
Those-
everything back
those
to
sapphires?
focus or not. Yes, they
Sapphires
are.
in there?
Yeah, yeah. My wife has got sapphires in hers too.
Oh.
And after a minute, she kind of looked. She's like, "Are you trying to have a Colts Super Bowl ring? Is that what's going on there?" I'm like, "No, we just like blue. Blues." There we go. I think I got it back.
You could tell her it's not the Colts Super Bowl rings. In fact, all Super Bowl rings are just enormous now. I mean,
Oh, yeah. They're
Oh.
incredibly godly. Or
Yeah,
gaudy.
It's not.
She,
It's not weighing down your arm to have it on. So
She didn't complain. She likes it. So,
Ah.
but it did occur to her. She's like, "Wait a minute." All right. Okay. So I'm back in focus. Everything's good. Everything's fine. Let's talk about some of the moves in the NBA. Emmanuel Quickly. He's going to stay with the Raptors. Got himself a 5-year, $175 million deal. So good for him.
Look, I like Emmanuel Quickly as a player, and I think that I think he was averaging 18 points a game. He played really, really well. That's a little steep. I don't know how to give him all that money, but I think the Raptors have found a group of guys that they really like, and you're the Raptors, so you are going to have to overpay a little bit because of the taxes.
Emmanuel, cash your checks quickly. So the Dallas Mavericks, they traded Tim Hardaway Jr. and 3 second-round picks to the Detroit Pistons for Quentin Grimes. Wow. They really wanted Quentin Grimes.
I think what they wanted was out of the Hardaway contract. If you send a guy and picks, you're the team that's trying to get rid of a human being.
Gotcha.
Usually. So yeah, I think they just wanted out of the Hardaway contract. Like, he really didn't have that much of an impact. He had a really great year when they paid him. And he's not a slouch. He's not a lazy guy or a bad person. He just never was able to play back up to that level again. And sometimes that happens. So they wanted out of that contract to have a little bit more flexibility, keep building around Luka. And the Quentin Grimes contract's a little nicer long term than the Hardaway deal was. So the Pistons are acknowledging, like, look, we're taking on board the picks. That's what we're doing this for.
Gotcha.
We're not going to be good for a while. Let's do it.
Lacrosse guy says Rome had a funny today. I thought we talked about this earlier. Where do we need to do a segment where everybody comes and tells us something funny they heard on another show? Is that what we're doing?
Well, at least Rome's on our station, so
at least this time, yeah.
Right, that's a good point. And clearly, whoever wrote this for Rome, well, it's pretty good. Says the Lakers and Ladad are doing "Bring Your Kid to Work" season.
Because if LeBron is back, it's not going to be for just 1 year. It'll probably be for 2.
Your addition to it didn't make it funnier.
It's just I'm not trying to make it funnier. I'm just saying that
we're not workshopping this Jim Rome joke here.
I'm not a comedian, so when I add to things, it's not to make it funnier. I wave the white flag on trying to be funny.
Jeffrey is a comedian, so
yeah. So I'm just saying that I'm not trying to make it funnier.
It reached this full level of funniness, and that wasn't very high.
Yeah, I'm just talking about if the bring your kid to work day is a nightmare. It doesn't last for a season, is my point. It's multiple. You're signed up for this nightmare for 1 to 2, 3 seasons. That's where
or up till the trade deadline. It's
So-
not easy. It's not hard to unload
wait.
Ronnie Jr.
Yes, it is, because if you don't want him, the hell do you think anybody else wants him for?
See, but Keon,
Because I said so. That's why.
Okay.
Keon, I remember you saying Bronny's got a decent shot and he needs some work. Obviously, he's kind of a work in progress. But I think he's going to be okay. I don't know that he's going to be his dad, but
I think he's going to be okay. But the reason why I think there's a potential of this being a disaster is because what Bronny needs and what the Lakers want aren't the same thing. The Lakers think they can win today. Bronny needs just time to
let them
develop. You don't have to shush me. They haven't figured it out this entire time.
Don't ruin it.
Rob Pelinka, there is a hamster asleep on a wheel in his head. That is what
Wow.
I think is going on there. Like, there's nothing I could say that's going to wake Rob Pelinka up at all. The Bronny thing could just be bad because now you just have a guy on a roster that can't do anything for you year 1, 2, or 3. That's who you've just drafted.
I bet they try though.
Good luck.
I wish they would.
And
Yeah, I bet they try.
it may not be great for his development because it would have been nice if Bronny went to a team like the Pistons. Like, they're just bad and they have plenty of time.
Hey, keep your opinions to yourself. I think Bronny's exactly where he needs to be.
He's
Exactly where he needs to be.
already
Keep him on
there.
the Lakers.
There's nothing I could do to move him. He's not going anywhere now. They went through all of that hubbub. Apparently, he could have been drafted earlier. But because Rich Paul told so many teams not to draft him, they were all like, all right, fine, screw it. We'll just draft somebody else.
The formula that the Lakers have is
Perfecto.
So you have a player and his dad represented by one agent with enough influence on your team, general managed by another former agent with no other general manager experience.
He's a general manager, but did you see his new moniker though? Did you see his new moniker? Vice President of Basketball Operations, Rob Pelinka, ladies and gentlemen.
Excellent.
Vice President of Basketball
All right, and
Operations.
I'm just putting it out there for the Laker fans. If
There's
this thing
got to
starts
be a
to go
conference
sour,
room there
it's-
at Laker headquarters
it's staying
where
sour.
Rob Pelinka and what's her name? They have these
Jeannie
closed
Buss.
door meetings between Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka.
Yeah,
He's climbing the corporate ladder there.
I don't think she's talking about anything that matters in strategy. I feel like Jeannie, the curlers were too tight. Bus is not really, dialed in. Really?
I think that she thinks she is.
Oh, everybody thinks they are. Yeah, I don't think she is.
I think that she's not a very good team owner.
Let me remind you, the minute you need to ask about her decision-making skills, I got a couple for you. 1, she has hired Rob Pelinka. 2, she has not yet fired Rob Pelinka. 3, she married Jay Moore.
Which is, I would have started with that one. But okay, so the other thing too is Jerry West, the legendary Laker, died estranged from that organization, and it's her fault. And I'm actually a little curious that
boy.
Laker fans weren't mad about that. She basically told him not to come back. I think she's a terrible owner. That's
exactly where she should be.
Well,
That
and
is
she's an owner.
exactly where she should
you
be.
can't- you can't fire
all
those.
the pieces are in place.
There's nothing. What am I going to say that's going to make that not happen? You can't fire an owner.
You don't want somebody to accidentally hear something and get an idea. One time Ralphie May, the comedian, and I were on making fun of Scott Baio, and it turns out he heard it. So you never know. You never know.
That's funny.
I'm sitting here bashing Chachi, and next thing I know, I got a conversation with my GM. I don't need that. The Tom says, still on my vacation, taking a moment to listen, but that Bronny pick, burning hell Lakers. Burning hell Lakers. Hit it, Randy.
Yeah,
burning
all
hell
right,
Lakers.
There you go.
Let's see. T-Licious sent me a thing. Says LeBron James is reportedly sleeping with his teammate's mom. Oh, there's
What?
a scandal. There's
What?
a scandal.
Oh.
LeBron James is sleeping with his teammate's mom.
Duh, right?
Took you a second.
Duh.
You're like, who? Oh.
Good morning,
What
Randy.
that son of a? Oh, it's me. All right. Okay. Hefty Lefty says Lakers fans are still mad about the Jerry West relationship. Lakers fans, for the most part, love the legendary players much more than this owner.
Yeah, it's just to me, like, that would have been the story of the day from that fan base is like, hey, he should never have died not being able to reconnect with the organization he played his career and started being a general manager with. Like, that's ridiculous.
Moist One wants to know, is this the first teammate who has had their butt wiped by LeBron James?
I'm going to go out and say yes.
I'm going to say maybe.
No? All right.
You don't know.
All right.
Trying to think of some of the guys he played with. Hold on. Big
Kyrie
George says-
was
Huh?
Kyrie Irving.
I don't think that happened with Kyrie.
Poor Tim Hardaway Jr., says Big George, could never live up to the lofty expectations of his uncle, the great Penny Hardaway.
Okay, that's a lot of people. Those are big shoes, man. Big shoes to fill.
I was just thinking, some big shoes to fill if your wife ever dated a clown. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Former CIA officer Jason Hansen here. In my line of work, I've seen firsthand how fast the world can change. And with geopolitical risks and rising inflation, it's time to take action now. For me, that means gold. And for gold, I exclusively trust Advantage Gold. I urge you to do the same. Call them now at 800-900-GOLD for a free gold guide. Mention my name and receive a bonus $1,300 gift. So don't hesitate. Call 800-900-GOLD today.
Paid for by Advantage Gold. Performance may vary. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Always consult your financial and tax professional.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. Did you know that the Lund Mortgage Team was founded back in 1999? That's right. They're celebrating 25 years in existence this year. And you know what you have to do to stay in business that long? You have to be good at what you do. And the Lund Mortgage Team is not just good, they are great. They have helped thousands of people save thousands of dollars over those 25 years here in the Valley of the Sun. They only lend in Arizona. And they're mortgage brokers, which means they can shop your rate around. They're not tied to just one set of rates. Mortgage rates can get crazy. They can get high. They can get low. There's good times to strike and there's times to stay on the sideline. Let the Lund Mortgage Team be your coach, be your team leader when it comes to these huge decisions. Call 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940, or you can always check them out at lundmortgage.com. Great website with all the tools you need. Call them today. They're my great friends, and you'll love them. It's the Lund Mortgage Team.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every home run, every hit, every inning, every play, from the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. Whether it's a walk-off grand slam or a base hit to center field, whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem or wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rhodes in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. As we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale, and this just in, the Hawks have traded DeJounte Murray to the Pelicans.
Oh.
That's right.
Wow.
The Pelicans are trading a 2025 first-round pick via the Los Angeles Lakers and a least favorable Milwaukee Bucks Pelicans 2027 first-round pick, Larry Nance Jr., and more for DeJounte Murray. So bye-bye,
Wow.
Larry Nance Jr. So there you go. What do you think of that, Keon?
That's a pretty crazy trade.
Is that a shell shocker?
A little
That's
bit.
a bit
'cause
of a surprise.
I think that's the sign that the Hawks might be breaking up a little bit. I don't know what happens with Trae Young.
Right. What happens to crazy baby sweaty hair?
He goes to Phoenix to become a point guard.
Well,
you can't afford that.
Can't afford him. That's the thing. So, but he is either going to just stay there as the cornerstone of that franchise, which again, you'd have to convince him to stay. And there's a lot of rumblings that Trae Young is not happy with that organization. The other issue with it is just, DeJounte Murray and Trae Young just never played well together. So is this a reboot, but with Trae, or are we just rebooting completely, which includes moving on from Trae Young? That's going to be the next thing to keep an eye out for with the Hawks. And for the Pelicans, they just got another guy score. So that just makes that harder.
When do you think the Suns will finally do a thing? What does your gut say? They don't start doing anything until October, right? I mean, that's when the season starts. But when do they got to have their stuff figured out? When do the Phoenix Suns got to have themselves a guy?
Like a big name free agent?
Or any point guard who can get the job done. I mean, or maybe he's not going to be a big name, but, Ishbia, it'll be a name.
Well, the thing is, no matter what Ishbia wants, it's just because of the limit of the amount of money that they can spend, it may not even be a name. At least not anybody that anybody truly recognizes. I know that they were looking to add some 3-point shooting today. Picked up a two-way player, Jalen. Oh God, I can't remember his last name right now. But that's where
it didn't even show up on their feed.
They're trying to show, and maybe it's not official yet. But it's in the margins for them. Like they're gonna have to get scraps essentially moving forward because they're just not in a position to make a big splash. If they get a name you recognize, that person is going to be kind of an over the hill player, maybe a little past their prime, but still able to do the job well enough that the team can function.
Yeah, I don't see any new news in their feed, but like you said, you're right, and maybe it hasn't shown up yet. But if anybody knows, let us know. Random texter says the Phoenix Suns figure things out. Never.
Well, they said they drafted well. I mean, for what that's worth.
That wasn't very polite, random texter. That was not very nice at all.
Yeah.
Fubar 1000 says, Jeffrey, I have a little story to tell you. Oh boy, it's story time. He says, I bought this car and there's this stupid ASU logo pressed into the back. So I thought I'd pop it out, but then I'd have a hole. Hence my dilemma: hole or stupid ASU logo. Please advise. Go ASU. Why don't you just cover it up with one of your dumbass U Arizona stickers? You just cover it up. I mean, what do you hole? You would, if you popped it out, it'd have a hole. What the hell kind of car did you buy?
Clearly a classy one, but it's got that Sun Devil, logo on it. It's a wonderful car.
Well, I don't know about that. But,
yeah, if it's got the I mean, come on, Jeffrey, think about it. It went up $10,000 just by having that Sun Devil the emblem on it.
You wanted my advice? I'm giving it to you. You get a little sticker. You get two. You get two stickers. Okay, one sticker cover up the ASU sticker, and then the other sticker cover up your nose and mouth, and wait.
That's sound advice, I think. Yeah.
For a U Arizona fan, yeah.
Yeah.
I was nice. I could have said do that first.
I can't believe you're actually saying on live radio to cover up anything ASU.
Yeah, there's no reasoning with him. He'd end up defacing it. He'd end up doing something to it.
Well, he's gonna cover it up with U of A. I mean,
and it's better for other drivers to know that this numbskull doesn't have a whole lot of an IQ and didn't go to a decent school, so they can give him a wide berth. You know what I'm saying? Give that guy, kind of like when you see a guy who's been drinking and driving, swerving around, or a U Arizona sticker, you try to stay away from them.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're about to do something really stupid.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hope that helps, Fubar 1000. Good to hear from you again.
I thought that U of A was known for cover-ups, not covering up ASU.
Oh, this isn't money. This is not missing $200 million. This is just a sticker.
Okay.
That's where the difference is.
Yeah.
The the All-Star break is coming up. It's not too far away, is it?
Baseball? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's correct. Yeah. Second week of July.
And so the people are already talking about who's going to be in the old home run derby, right? Who's going to go represent? Who's going to win that thing? I think Aaron Judge is he's out, isn't he? Isn't he out of that home run derby?
I hadn't
thought I
heard
something.
officially. I hadn't heard officially. I know that the Phillies took a big hit because two of their guys are hurt at the end of the game yesterday, and maybe
Bryce Harper was one of them.
Right, yeah, Bryce Harper and the other guy, the other big thumper. Can't think of his name. Anyway, but I don't know if the Yankees want Aaron Judge to be in that home run derby.
Judge said he's skipping it this year.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants anybody to be in the home run derby other than the fans, because there's a lot of times where a guy goes out there and he kills it, and then he slumps or he's hurt, or just it seems like that maybe that's not the best idea for a player. And Dave Roberts, the stooge over there with the Dodgers, he's like, crap, Shohei Ohtani is saying he wants to go do this home run derby.
Yeah, let him. Absolutely, let him. Yeah,
really.
Yeah, put him in. Oh yeah, right away. Put him in.
Oh,
yeah.
that's right. Yes.
Yeah,
you're right.
Put him in right away.
Well, let's say
Absolutely.
we're talking about the Diamondbacks, and let's say we've got a star player.
Mhm.
Would you tell them, hey, please don't do this? Can you
yes.
dictate you're not doing this?
I think that there's ways to do that, but
No, I'm saying is this is the All-Star game. The manager can't tell a player you're not doing this.
They usually
can they?
They usually leave it up to them, but they will share with them their displeasure about them participating.
My kids have shared displeasure with me, and I got a whole big old bag of I don't give a crap.
Mhm.
So, so I'm talking about in the MLBPA, whatever the deal is between the union and the players, can a team prohibit a player from partaking in such things?
I don't believe they can, as far as the collective bargaining agreement. Now, if the player and the team agree on a contract, and that contract says if you make the All-Star game, you get a bonus. If you don't participate in the home run derby, which is meaningless and stupid, and it's only put on for the fans. And I've seen a lot of guys get injured in this thing, and I've seen a lot of guys go flat after it because they can say, "Oh, I don't change my swing for the home run derby." Yeah, BS. Yes, you do. You're trying to
they're
launch
not the same
these things.
pitches.
Yeah, and you just kind of screwed yourself up for the rest of the season. So you can say in the contract, no extracurricular things, and then they sign the contract, they agree to that. Then that's something they can do.
Well, here's something that I just read that Ohtani said. Ohtani was saying, he says he had feelings of wanting to do the home run derby, but would need approval of his doctors, his trainers, as well as the team. So that kind of indicates to me, at least Ohtani thinks that they have something to say about it.
I think he's a very respectful kid, and I think he's probably saying that because if the team doesn't want him to participate, he won't.
If I were asked, I'd say, please don't. We're trying to win a World Series, not a home run derby. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we just get the home runs out there in the games.
If I'm in the Dodgers, God help me, I think I just threw up a little in my mouth. If I was in the organization, I would say absolutely, Ohtani. I think what you should do is you should start every time we have batting practice from now until you practice that, okay? Don't worry about anything else. You practice winning that. You focus on just winning that All-Star home run derby. That's what you should do. As a matter of fact, we're not even going to throw BP to you. You're just going to go out there before everybody and hit a ton of home runs, okay? Just as far and as long as you can. And then we're going to give you a $10,000 bonus if you go there and you hit the farthest, longest home run that you can in the All-Star game. That's what I would say if I was in that garbage can Dodger blue crap.
I don't feel like you have Ohtani's best interest at heart, to be honest.
I wonder what gave it away.
Yes, I do. Yes, definitely.
Oh, of course.
And,
It's just
if, Jeffrey, if you are a fan like I think you are, I think you're agreeing with me 110%.
Listen,
It's just-
I again will reiterate. Your advice is solid and sound for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the operational genius of Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka. I hope it continues for 1,000 years for the Los Angeles Lakers.
I hope they find the fountain of youth and keep it to
Absolutely.
themselves.
Yeah.
Keep it going. Run it back. Run it back. Keep running it back. Oh, look at this. Now we have the information. Jalen Bridges is the guy. Thank you for that update right there, Hefty Lefty.
Thank you. I couldn't remember his name, his last name for the
Tell
life
me
of
about Jalen Bridges, even though you don't know his name.
I know his name. I just couldn't remember. But he's going to be on a 2-way contract. So I think that's, just there were a bunch of other teams that were offering similar contracts. He turned those down to play here. So that's one thing. Two, guy's just a really good 3-point shooter, which again, on this particular team is a must. I don't think that gets to be optional with the Suns.
I have a question. Is he point guard?
I don't think so. No.
God damn it.
They did sign undrafted free agent. Boo Buie.
Boo?
Yes.
Boo Buie?
First name B-O-O, last
Guess
name
what?
B-U-I-E.
Guess what?
He's a point guard.
That's my new favorite
And
player.
He fell out of the draft
I could
because
see
of
why.
because
I
of
get
his
your point,
age.
Jeffco.
He's just
Boo Buie.
older, but he's not untalented. So
Boo
James
Buie.
Jones
Boo
was
Buie.
like, yeah, no, I want
Boo Buie.
the older player that can, just again come in and hopefully be a spark plug sooner rather than later. I don't know what he has at the NBA level though. Guess we'll see.
There's no stories about Boo Buie. There's no stories. How are there no stories about a guy named Boo Buie? Boo Buie. Boo Buie.
They also signed Tyrese Samuel, but he's a forward and not a point guard.
What do you mean?
Another undrafted
What are
college
you
guy.
doing?
Like these are just not big names.
What the hell are you doing?
Just
What the hell are they doing?
getting guys to compete in the roster.
Where's the point guards?
Well, you got
Are we
Boo.
allergic to point guards?
You got Boo.
Boo Buie.
You got a boy named Boo.
So Boo Buie is a point guard.
Yeah.
He's all we've got.
These are all
Is he a
undrafted
starter?
guys.
Is he a starter? Is
Uh,
Boo Buie
is he a
my
starter?
favorite starter?
I don't know if he's a starter. He's a rookie that didn't get drafted. I mean, there's still a whole mountain to climb for him. So we'll see how things go in summer league, and we'll go from there.
All right. Baker's Cocky Hen says, if you want Otani to participate, offer free bets if he wins.
Ooh. Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
Random Texter says, so Randy, we see how you feel about Otani playing in the All-Star Home Run Derby as a Dodger. Would you feel the same if he was still an Angel?
Yes, absolutely.
He wouldn't care either way.
Yeah.
If he
Either
was a
way, I don't
Diamondback,
care. Yeah.
there might
No.
be a difference in the
No,
opinion.
if he was a Diamondback,
The
but hell
clamps,
no.
the clamps would be on him
As
so
a
fast.
matter, he's not even going to dress out for the All-Star game. He'll sit on the bench. We'll wrap him in bubble wrap, and we'll keep him safe.
So likely, if Otani was a Diamondback,
Oh, that's a different story.
so
Yeah.
what would happen is Otani would take a look at the calendar. He'd see, oh look, it's July, and he'd be like, it's about the time I get kidnapped by Randy White again, right?
Yes.
And then Randy just pulls up. Here's the van, and Otani's like,
Yeah.
all right, guys, well, I'll see you at the All-Star game.
Yep.
And then Randy puts a bag on his head, takes him
yeah.
to his house, and
Or I just say road trip, and we go to Olympia, Washington, or something.
it's
something
really
like that.
polite of him to just to play along with your
Oh, yeah,
abduction.
No, yes, I think he would. Absolutely.
He just learned after the first abduction, it's just easier to just
Oh,
play
yeah.
along,
Yeah.
go
it goes,
along with it.
Goes much easier.
And the
You-
management of the Diamondbacks,
Yeah,
they don't
yeah.
mind because they
No.
agree it's a good
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I really wish we'd have gotten Otani. That would have been so much fun to kidnap Otani with you.
Would have been a blast.
I know. We haven't kidnapped anybody in a long time. Who should
Yeah,
we
we could-
kidnap?
We could stop at a 7-Eleven and get some road trip snacks there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why
We
are
only-
we kidnapping people?
Well, no, we only kidnap celebrities, and generally
Oh,
it's
yeah, yeah.
considered for their own good, and they
Yeah.
generally agree with us. So we have avoided any prosecution at all. But
Oh.
we haven't done that in a while. So who should we kidnap?
Jeez.
Who needs
That's-
kidnapping for their
Maybe
own
Cat-
good?
Maybe Cattell Marte. Cattell Marte probably needs, because he's probably going to end up going to the All-Star game representing the Diamondbacks. So
Kettle metal.
Cattell Marte.
Does he speak English?
Who cares?
Well, I mean, it's kind of relative. We need
I think
somebody
he
to help
knows,
us with this.
He knows what you and I are. He knows what our band looks like.
Right? No, they all do.
He's up on the
Sure.
shindig. He knows
Yeah.
what's going on. So,
Any celebrities out there that need to be saved from themselves?
there's a lot of them out there.
Anybody you
Probably.
want to meet, Keon?
Yeah.
No, I'm good. I would like to not be on the record as wanting to kidnap anybody. So I'm
Justin
all,
Timberlake probably needs to be kidnapped.
Yeah, he definitely probably needs a little kidnapping.
He needs Randy and Jeffrey kidnapping.
I don't actually like Justin Timberlake, so that intervention is to me iffy.
You don't like him?
If you want to go help him, sure. But either way,
If there's somebody you want to meet, but you don't want to say it, because when they come up in conversation, do one of these, like a big obvious wink, and then I'll be like, I'll just write it down. Won't even say anything. Be like,
I'll keep that in mind.
I'll give you this nod, like that, and then we'll know.
Keep that in mind.
Baker's cocky hen says, you guys could kidnap JFK Jr. or RFK or whoever he is. Would he know? I don't know if he'd know. Bruno Baller says, do they still have that rule where every team gets a rep at the All-Star game?
Yes. Yeah, every team needs to be represented at the All-Star game.
That's dumb.
No, they want everybody to watch.
Well, it's the Major League
But it's
All-Star
not
game.
all stars. It should only be stars.
I mean, it is all stars, but every team must be represented in the All-Star.
At least. So it's not like a team can't have multiple guys. Because
Right.
Philadelphia did. That was fun.
Sorry. Big George, we're not talking about the NHL draft because you know why. Don't even bring up the Utah Hockey Club.
We don't even care.
We don't care, though. It was on in the studio yesterday,
changed
and
it, right?
and it looked weird. Yeah,
yeah,
it just looked weird. It just like
it was
because
on
I've
when I was
never-
here. I didn't even pay attention. I didn't.
It was like the NHL awards stuff, and then yeah, like it just was like just a bizarre looking. It had the kid from Stranger Things. It just didn't look like an award show to me. It was just like, what's going on the screen?
Yeah, that was I thought it was the ESPYs or something.
Yeah.
No, we're not talking about the NHL.
That wasn't the draft. That was the NHL award show.
They seemed awfully well dressed.
Yeah. Now tonight's the draft.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just
Still don't care.
Not relevant to us
You
anymore.
see, I paused a second. I tried.
Yep.
But no, can't.
You
just
put it
don't
right
care.
up in the old think tank there, Jeffco. I like
can't
when you do that. Yep.
Give a damn right
Yep.
now.
I know.
It's not these guys' fault. It's not the Phoenix Roadrunners' fault.
Oh no.
And I got this jersey, and part of me is just like, I feel like I should take it down. The other part is, that's not their fault.
No, it's not their fault.
I don't know. I'm just so disappointed.
Now,
Why
if
would you
had
even
a-
bring that up, George?
If you had a picture of Mr. Morello in your bedroom, which I don't know why you would, other than he is, Cuban.
If I was
and-
having like pre-ejac problems, I'd probably
Yeah.
put a picture up of him.
Well, then you could take that out and you could throw that out.
Yeah. For the
Did you
longest
say-
time, I had Margaret Thatcher.
Did you say carjack? What you LoJack? What was that?
I'll explain later.
Okay.
It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit. 800-786-9300. 800-786-9300. 800-786-9300.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams July holiday sale and get 30% off paints and stains from June 28th through July 8th.
With prices starting at $34.29, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
AZ Preps 365, your source for all the news, info, highlights, and more. Athlete news and interviews. Talk with coaches. Keep you up to date with the changes, moves, upcoming events, and more. AZ Preps 365, Arizona's ultimate prep sports show. If you miss a minute, you miss a lot. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings 8 till 10 on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Let's say you've got questions. You're looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Well, Harmon Solar has the answers. Hi, I'm Jeffrey O'Brien, and listen, there's a couple of ways you can go here. One, visit harmonsolar.com, browse around, because right across the page, they got links to all sorts of great information, like frequently asked questions, equipment, tax credits, even testimonials. Or just give them a call, 800-281-3189. Ask them directly. They'd love to hear from you. That's 800-281-3189. Or just go to harmonsolar.com.
With the first pick.
Now that the draft is in the books, it's that time of the season when the team gets together. You know, to get acquainted. Summer means minicamp, OTAs, then preseason. Keep yourself tuned to the station with all the insight, updates, and breaking news you need to know about the NFL offseason. If it's the NFL, we talk about it. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and I just saw this. Grand Canyon University's Gabe McLaughlin. He has agreed to an Exhibit 10 contract to join the Denver Nuggets. Now, Gabe McLaughlin, he's the guy who won the college slam dunk contest this year, and helped take GCU to an NCAA tournament victory. So, Gabe McLaughlin from GCU. Now a Denver Nugget, according to Shams Charania.
Yeah. So he's going to have to work to try and get maybe a better contract than that. But, that's.
What does that mean, by the way? Exhibit 10.
The Exhibit 10 contract, which I had to look up because I didn't remember all the details of it. It's a 1-year minimum salary in the NBA. Has no bonuses. But it is a contract. It does get you, on the roster, the ability to play for the team on a two-way deal. So you'll be playing with the team, which means you'll probably be riding the bench. But then you'll also be, on the G League team, which is where a lot of guys make up a lot of that ground of, okay, I'm not really getting out on the court in NBA games, but at least I'm getting that basketball in. I mean, as often as they'll call you to that league too. So yeah, I'm excited for the guy because you dream about making it to the NBA, and this is another avenue to get there.
Well, he's also going to get $1 million. 1.2 million is, 1.12 million is the league minimum. So hey, not too bad.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, and Gabe's real smart, man. Like if for whatever reason the basketball thing does not work out. That guy is he's got an engineering degree, and some of the stuff that he's mentioned and talked about, it's like just over my head. I'm not smart enough to get any of that. The guy's just highly intelligent, and I think that he'll be successful no matter what he does.
Well, good for him. Good to see a GCU guy get his. 888-368-1580. Speaking of college, generally, I think the guys over at EA Sports, they do Madden.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, you got some players who argue about the rankings, right? They'll argue it's like, I should be a 95, not an 86. What the hell's going, sometimes the players will complain, and sometimes they'll rank players in a certain way, and it causes us to look at it and go, oh, okay, when are they coming up with that number? What? And, I've never seen them do something that's made me think this is just somebody trying to get attention. But this time, I feel like maybe this is somebody just trying to get attention. Here's the headline. EA Sports inexplicably makes Colorado the number 16th best team in college football 25.
Okay. All right.
You didn't,
Okay.
you didn't know that? Oh, wow. The actual emotional response from Keon.
Okay.
He's about to lose his bleep.
Man, that is absolute politics right
Dude,
there, isn't it?
It has to be, because did they watch college football last year?
They were 4-8, 1-8 in the Pac-12, and they're the 16th best game. They ranked 87 as a team.
When did those 4 games happen? Very early. Then they lost the rest of the way because they were awful. And honestly, the game against ASU, they should have lost that game too. They did not play well in that game, and it's only because ASU is they didn't transfer portal their way back to some level of significance, that they were behind enough that they were able to not make up that ground. Any other version of that team beats them too. Like, I just
You want to know
what
who
are they
they're
doing?
ranked better than? Want to hear some names?
I might blow my stack, but sure, let's go.
Colorado at number 16 is better than Oklahoma.
Okay.
What?
All right.
Better than Wisconsin. Better than USC.
What?
Better than
they played USC. They got smoked.
Yep. Better than
Okay.
Virginia Tech.
Okay.
Better than North Carolina State. Better than Kansas.
What?
Better than Arizona.
Well,
Better than Oklahoma State.
They weren't better than you, Arizona, this year. Like,
I know.
Better than Iowa.
Wow.
Now all these teams
Okay,
are
Iowa
ranked.
you might have a point with Iowa, because Iowa legitimately cannot score.
Okay, well they're down at 25. So all these teams have an 87 ranking, but Colorado, I guess, is 87 point whatever it is that gives them this number 16 position.
Oh my gosh. This has turned
How?
into a real fiasco, hasn't it?
Now, let me put it this way: I didn't buy that game, and I may not now.
Yeah.
Colorado has a projected win total of 5.5 games this year.
This year.
Yeah, which would be an improvement. Like, you're still trending in the right direction. You're in year 2 of having a new head coach. No one's expecting you to set the world on fire except for this dumb video game, apparently. I don't even know how to make sense of this. Like, what? I'm trying to think of a single thing on that roster that would lead you to believe that is the 16?
Well, Shador Sanders, Travis Hunter.
Shador covers a lot of ground, but the fact is, who's he throwing to besides Travis Hunter? Now, what if I double Travis Hunter? What are they going to do? I know that they're not going to do a whole lot because I watched the real life Colorado Buffaloes do nothing. What? What?
Well, I mean,
this
that
only
was
works as a game if all of a sudden Deion Sanders is able to run out and play on the field too.
Yeah, look,
younger Deion Sanders, not I'm missing a few toes.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders.
Leon Sandcastle gonna
Yes.
come running out of the tunnels.
Leon Sandcastle.
I can't, man. I just can't. EA. I haven't played Madden in a million years because they've just ruined that game. And I'm starting to think that maybe them bringing back NCAA football might have been a mistake.
Well, they paid a lot of guys a lot of money for it. It's happening.
Yeah, well,
this just got to be a stunt. These guys have been credible pretty much up until this moment.
At least the ratings were always like, okay, there's a reason for it. There's a method to the madness. Maybe you don't agree, but like there's a logic behind it. I could not begin to tell you what you would have to believe to even think that making Colorado a top 20 team in this game is a good idea. I don't know what that would be. What would you have to be smoking? What drugs would you have to be consuming in enormous quantities? Did Justin Timberlake invade
well,
the
they
Electronic Arts Studios? Because
they do partake up in Colorado.
that's
maybe,
a good point. That's the
Oh,
only
is EA Sports in Colorado?
I
No,
think they're in Tampa.
I don't think
yeah.
they're in
Well,
Colorado.
Florida
but
man.
That's
they
true.
probably-
Florida man.
Florida man
ranks
got in
Colorado
there.
16.
There it is.
Him
Yeah,
and
there
all
it
of
is.
his meth, and he shared it with everybody in that department. Because man, what?
So let me ask you, if Colorado has got an 87 ranking, where do you think it should be? I mean, I don't have any more than the top 25 to look at right here. So, but how far down in the ranking should they be? If they're not an 87, they're a what?
Mid 60s, if I'm being nice.
So they shouldn't even be in the top 100.
No,
maybe
no.
Like if they win 6 games next year, that's a great season for them.
What did ASU end up?
Bad.
That's what Colorado should be.
Well, let me go take a look.
It's just because that game was close. Colorado and ASU, they couldn't figure out how to stop Cameron Scatteraboo in any way that mattered.
Cameron Scatteraboo.
I mean, that was his breakout game right there.
Yeah.
What's going up against Colorado because their defense is awful.
Oh yeah.
What is this? I just
see.
feel like my intelligence is being insulted.
If,
and I don't like
whatever
that.
the ranking
I don't like
for
that very
ASU
much.
is, it should be Colorado as well.
Well, ASU was 3. No, that was 2009. We were 3-9. 2003, 3-9. Jesus.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Are we really 3-9 2 years in a row? Oh, that hurts my feelings. Is that real? Hold on here. Yeah, that's real. That's real.
It's just a 4-win football team is ranked as the 16th best team in that game. It's crazy to me. And I know that Dion's been working the transfer portal and that team is going to be better. I would still make the argument that your ceiling is 6 games.
Before we get too crazy, if this is the way things are, and they are ranked with an 887, and we're 3-9, we might be like the 26th team. We let's not.
We were
2 years in a row, 3-9.
3-9, and we were 2-7 in the Pac-12.
In the Pac-12, Colorado was
1-8. They were 4-8 overall, though.
We were 8-5 back in 21. I just wanted to say that out loud so I'd feel better.
It's not like they got the other 3 wins out of conference against Power 5 schools, man. Like this is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is pandering of just the highest degree. It's very stupid. It's very stupid.
Your mom, 646, says, "Hey, Papa, this is Presley. We're about to go to Starbucks and get the new energy drink."
Okay. Fantastic.
What?
Wonderful. I'm drinking water and lemon.
I just
enjoy.
They have a new energy drink at Starbucks?
I guess at Starbucks. I'm not a Starbucks connoisseur.
No, my wife is. Sometimes my wife thinks we have too much money, so she's like, I got to go to Starbucks.
Just go to Starbucks. Really cut down.
I can make you some tea right here. She's no, I got
just like I want the savings to be drained a little bit.
Yeah,
if you have Starbucks for a week, you'll be like $500 deep. You know what I mean?
She's like, honey, you look too comfortable, so I'm going to Starbucks. Anyway, your mom, 646, says Starbucks is worth it. Yeah, it says the kid with no actual job.
Because when you start having to spend your own money on Starbucks, that's when you realize, wow, really, $7 a coffee.
She has a great job right now. It's called being Papa's grandchild. That's what she has.
Oh, you make her use her allowance for that a couple times. Then she'll be like, hell with that. I'm just going to go in.
What allowance? By the time she buys a couple of coffees, she'll owe you. That's.
I don't know if she's with her dad or her stepmom. I'm not sure, but anyway,
she says, I babysit for your information, Jeffrey. Well, you know what? Maybe you ought to watch out for your parents' money a little better. Why don't you babysit that idea? Grab that concept in your. She says, I pay for my drinks, Jeffrey. Mm-hmm.
Sounds like she does. I'm not arguing.
She's
got me right here, so I don't know. She's got me.
She buy you drinks?
Oh no. Papa buys. Papa buys. Yeah.
She knows how to balance this thing out.
She knows her Papa.
Well, good for her though. She says, I go on the days with the coupons.
Okay,
says,
that's smart.
I am
There
smart.
You go. There you go. You are,
that's
Presley.
how you do it.
All right. Well,
You
respect if you're paying for your own drinks.
You are, PJ. Good for
She
you.
says,
Enjoy.
I have straight A's.
Yeah, I bet you do. She is a very good student. She's an excellent student.
Did they pay her for that? Like give her money for good.
I don't think they have the NIL at her high school.
No, I don't mean like the car dealership. I mean her
Your
parents.
I don't know.
She says she's a star athlete, by the way.
I bet she is.
What sports? I'm not going to call you your mom. I'm just going to call you Presley. What sports, Presley? Brunswick guy says, Presley, my daughter would like a drink from Starbucks. How about a vanilla bean frappe? Thank you. She's not going to be in your neighborhood in Canada.
That's true. But if she was, she probably would get you one.
Everybody hitting up this poor kid for free drinks. I just found out she's working hard for a living. You know,
she never said she was independently wealthy. Just good with coupons.
She says softball, tennis, track, and I did wrestling. So watch out, Jeffrey. I would destroy you. I would destroy you.
I don't know.
I would take a chair and bash that across your head.
I don't think she.
I ain't going down
WWE.
to little girl. You see what I'm saying?
I don't think it's WWE.
Yeah,
style.
I don't think there's any folding chairs.
There ain't no fake in my
or
wrestling.
tables or barbed wire or a ladder where you have to climb up and grab a case that's got the belt in it for some reason. Well, I don't think that's the kind of wrestling we're
Oh boy!
Here.
Yeah, you don't even want none of this smoke.
The wrestling where if you're really, really good at it, just means you're good at talking.
Randy
I don't think that's
can attest to the fact you get to a certain age and you will not allow yourself to lose to a child at any cost.
It's actually my dad died when I was 17, and I'm mad at him because I never got to be big enough to beat him at anything. Basketball, that guy, I mean, domination. He was out there like Shaq, just destroying me. And I never got to beat the old man. And
that's all. Listen, he
really
died,
ticks me
he
off.
died a winner.
Oh, yeah.
No,
That's the way to go down.
I know that is the only thing that he was happy about when he left. Is that I never got to beat him. I was so close.
On his deathbed, and he lean you
I
in
was
and
close.
go, lean you in and go, bitch. And you're like, you knew he was talking about basketball, didn't you?
Yeah, he never swore, but that would have been very on brand for him. The most competitive human being I've ever met.
So Presley says, I will beat you. I'm like, listen, I will pick you up by the ankles and swing you around my head and launch you. Maybe there's a window. Maybe there's a wall. Maybe there's a place for you to land. I don't know. I'm not going to care. Don't mess with me. She says, I got to go get my Starbucks energy drink, Jeffrey. Nice chatting with you. And bye, Papa. Can't wait to see you tomorrow.
Okay, baby. I'll see you soon, PJ.
How old is she? She 12?
She's a precocious, I think, 15.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I remember she was on the screen once.
Yeah.
Oh, she was the one I was like, she's about to roll her eyes out of her head.
I think she's 16 now.
Yeah.
Which I think is just the normal reaction to
which
the
I
show.
can't even believe. I can't even believe it.
It's bothersome. Oh, Presley goes, mic drop. Did your grandpa not teach you better than that? Mics are expensive. You don't drop mics.
Don't drop microphones in this business.
This is like a $500 mic right here. Make sure it's your mic. Don't be dropping grandpa's mic. All right, well, we got to take a break. When we come back, a few other sports things before we start going head first in some more football. Yeah, that's right, football. It's not that far away from happening. We got training camp starting up this month, this coming month, not this month, but you know what I'm saying. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Attention talcum powder users. Have you had ovarian or gynecological cancer? A proposed $8 billion plan will pay those who believe they got sick from using talc products like Johnson's baby powder and shower to shower. Johnson & Johnson maintains its products are safe. You have until July 26, 2024 to vote to accept or reject the plan. For more information, visit officialtalclaims.com or call 888-431-4056. Paid for by LLT Management, LLC.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every home run, every hit, every inning, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. See for yourself when you sign up today and get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Terms and conditions apply.
The Arizona primary election is on July 30th, 2024. Voting locations are open on Election Day from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. All qualified voters need to show ID. Still have your mail-in ballot? Return it at any voting location or secure election drop box. You can also check the status of your early ballot, see voting locations, and review accepted IDs by visiting arizona.vote. That's arizona.vote. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Secretary of State's office.
One of the most common questions people ask is if they can still afford to retire on $1 million or $2 million anymore. With stocks near all-time highs and bonds at all-time lows, it's actually a great question. 2008 taught millions of retiring engineers, teachers, and other professionals a costly lesson that years of market gains can be wiped out in just weeks of market losses. Not a problem if you're 30 years old with a few decades to make it back, but not if you are in retirement or almost there. I like to follow the 30-50-70 rule. The closer you are to 50 or 70, then at least 30 to 50% of your money should be kept safe at all times, like in an uncapped, principal secure, next generation annuity. Come and see why.
Call leading annuity authority Steve Jurich now at 480-902-3333. Guarantees rely on the financial strength of the insurer, so compare with Steve. Call 480-902-3333 and visit iqannuity.com.
1580 The Fanatic and at 1580thefanatic.com. Your home for sports.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. I have a new texter nickname, Randy. You might want to write this one down. Okay. Fat guy in a flight suit. I think that's a great texter nickname. Nobody's ever going to want
Fat guy in a flight suit?
Yeah. I was taking a look at Scene McLaughlin put this post up, and I saw a fat guy wearing a flight suit, and I'm just like, you don't see that very often. I don't know why. It tickled me to see a fat guy in a flight suit.
Where was Scene at that he saw a fat guy in a flight suit?
I don't know. I just saw the guy in the flight suit. I didn't really go deep into it. Of course, that could be me in a flight suit too. So if I put on a flight suit, it's going to have a protrusion, if you know what I mean.
Well, that's because you're huge down below it. But if I put it on, it'd be my.
I don't mean
what?
that protrusion.
Sorry, what? Excuse me.
I mean my. I'm keeping my baby protrusion. You know.
Oh, I'm 10 times larger than you. Easy.
Well, my point is, I'd be a fat guy in a flight suit too.
No, you'd look like Tom Cruise. I would look like a hippo.
Okay, listen, we've already figured this. I would look like a lowercase b. You'd look like an uppercase b. That's the two of us together.
All right. Yes.
Before and after.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
But still, both of us, we can't sit that close to the table.
Couple of dad bod gods.
Yeah. There's a little something between us and the table, so we can't pull all the way up to it. So we gotta be careful when we eat.
Yeah, exactly.
Keon is all working out and exercising and stuff.
Yeah. He's probably
Look
got
how close he is to
washboard
that table
abs.
now.
I
See,
know,
when he
look at
started here, he was not able to sit this close.
He was back there by the wall.
Look how close he is to this mic. Now before, he
wasn't that big.
He was
I mean, he's
huge.
washboard abs now.
Well, we're not quite at washboard abs yet.
I mean, you could grind cheese on his abs. That's how cut he is.
By the end of the year, I sure hope so. But we'll see.
So what are you doing for you just working out? Are you lifting? Are you just calisthenicsing? I don't know how to say it. I clearly don't do it. So.
Yeah, no, I'm just lifting and doing some cardio.
I don't know.
Then
sounded like the right word.
Changed up my diet a little bit so that the fat will actually be burned as opposed to me just eating it all back. So yeah, no, that's basically it. It's
Is there
just been,
fire involved in your workout?
No.
I think
Nope,
there is.
nope.
Yeah.
Didn't he say something about burning fat?
I think what he does is what
No, there's
happens is he
cardio in my
walks on blazing hot rocks barefoot. Yeah, I think it's all part of the workout.
Did you have fat feet?
I was just doing cardio. There's really nothing to do with
He's
actual
avoiding
fire.
the answer about his feet.
Yeah.
He's sensitive about his feet. Don't ask him about his feet
my,
again.
my feet
won't
are
ask him.
fine. They're not fat.
Probably
I just-
flat-footed.
I don't know how I am
Probably.
flat-footed actually.
I got
Web toes.
great arches.
Do you?
That's all I got going for
Nah,
me.
it's why my knees they're terrible. I
My
have
legs
flat
look
feet.
like clubs with like toes on it.
Clubs with toes.
Club, just a couple of clubs.
Just a driver and
Yeah, and then
toes.
and there's 5 toes. That's
no.
my feet go right into my ankles, go right into my thighs. There's just no separation.
Yeah. You'd think there were no joints.
There almost isn't anymore.
Yeah. I'm pleased for Keon that he's taking care of stuff. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Getting
yeah,
going.
I am.
Keep
I'm
it
very
moving.
happy for Keon.
And that's the
Good for
best
you.
advice to any. You just keep moving. You just whatever happens next. You've started moving. Keep moving.
Yeah, you have to.
I can't bring myself to start.
That's the hardest part. Because once you start, you almost get to the point where you're like, all right, I don't want to waste yesterday's work.
Mm-hmm.
And then it adds up. Like after you've been doing it for a few months, you're like, well, I don't want to waste all of that time. So.
I'm terrified I'll get caught in that trap, so I'm not starting. I don't want to. I don't have that responsibility. I don't have that hanging over my head. You know, it's the same question my wife asks. Do you want to work out? No. Well, why? No, you ask me. Do I want to take out the garbage? No. Do I want to do the dishes? No. I will, but I don't want to. Don't ask me if I want to, because guess what I want to do? None of those things.
It took a year before I was like, you know what? I kind of like it working out.
I don't believe you.
And
That is a lie that is propagated by all the people who work out for all the people who don't work out, because you're trying to drag us into this nonsense.
No,
don't you dare tell me you enjoy it.
No, I'm not trying to drag anybody into this. The gym is packed enough. You try and get to a machine, you got to wait for 3 other people. One guy's just on there sitting on his phone. No, I don't need more people at the gym. I'm just telling you that you get to a point where like your day doesn't feel right when you don't do it. So you just kind of have to do it.
Yeah, that lie has been tossed around. You know, it's the same kind of lie as when people are like, "Oh, you should have a baby. It's magical. It's the best thing ever. Boy, it changed my life." And then you have a baby, and they're like, "You're in the club. Oh, doesn't it suck? I'll never sleep again."
I will not guarantee for anybody else that one day you'll like the gym. It took me over a year to get to that point. And that's not every day. There are days I wake up and go, damn it, I don't really want to do this.
You know where I think you're going to see me enjoying the gym is picture that shot, you know, where I'm walking back to the car from the gym and it explodes. And cool guys don't look at explosions, so I just keep walking in slow motion.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
And that's the best day I've ever had at the gym.
But then the FBI, I want to know what happened at the gym, and you're the prime suspect.
No,
well, we're all in slow motion, so I'll still get away.
It's a good point. I genuinely am not trying to convince other people to go to the gym, because every January you get reminded, oh, that's right, it's awful when there are more people here. It's very bad. And then you have to wait for, all the people that are not going to stick with it for the entire year to give up by March or something.
I know I need to do it. And I guess I'm just waiting till that moment where the doctor's like, I'm not kidding. And then I'm like, okay,
for real this time.
You are going to die. Right now it's been like, you'd probably do better. You probably do like really.
Sounded like my last checkup. Yeah. You might consider
like I don't want to be pushy.
Good if
until they hand me like little pamphlets from the mortuary. I don't know if I'm going to be that motivated.
I learned about myself recently that there's a certain weight at which my body is just like, oh, I'm just going to try to kill you now, like right now. And my doctor was like, haha, You're too young for your blood pressure to be anywhere near this number. You need to do something.
What did you
about
have?
that.
Let's see. Who has a high score?
Oh, I don't remember what it was off the top of my head, but it was high enough that he was like, so there are some medications I'm thinking of, and I'm like, wait, hold on.
I popped a 200 once.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you got me beat. I was 151 over. I think it was 113.
Oh, I know. I've had consistently some 160s. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think it was that high.
I can feel my heartbeat in my eyeball.
That is not good.
So I got the meds and stuff, and I take them. And I was at a doctor the other day, and 120 over something. I don't know. I lost
80.
She said 122, and I was like, and I didn't hear the other part because I was just like, I'm so happy. I can eat anything now. She's like, that's not how this works.
That's not what we gave you these meds for.
I'm not listening to you. Gonna eat what I want.
Fry up the bacon.
Yeah, that's all I heard.
Yeah,
I heard the word hoagie. I just was like, let's do this. Cheesehead Bill says, Keon, go to Anytime Fitness. Never packed, open 24 hours a day. Yeah, where do you go?
I go to the EOS.
EOS?
There's one
EOS.
There's one everywhere.
Mhm.
And so there's one by my house and there's one by here. And I just go to the one that's
cool.
the most convenient for what my day is.
All right. Well, sorry, Cheesehead Bill. He's not going to hang out with you.
Anytime Fitness. Yeah.
Bruno Baller says, just take a brisk walk around the block, and that'd be a workout for you, Jeffrey. He's not lying. That's absolutely the truth. Kyle G says, on a scale from chubby to Santa, how much of a fat guy in a flight suit are you?
Me?
Well,
I'm double Santa.
Double Santa.
I'm young Santa. Yeah.
Mrs. Claus has treated me well.
You're Tim Allen in the Santa Claus when he first starts turning into Santa.
Yeah. Still can't believe my wife is like, you should grow a beard and just be Santa for Christmas. I'm like,
woman,
it's a bit early for that. I take what you're saying about my body shape right now, but that was a bit much. Angry Texan says, I've been told by some barrel racers that they can grind cheese on my washboard abs. Barrel racers are wild women. You have washboard abs for real?
Wow.
Yeah, good for you.
You'd be probably one of the very few people who listen to the show that does.
I can say that.
I have washboard abs. They're just covered up by all the rest of this stomach that I have.
Mm-hmm. No, my ab is magnificent. Swazman says,
why have a six pack when you can have a whole keg?
I got it. You can do a cake stand right here. Go ahead and put the nozzle in your mouth. Let's do this.
Let's not. That went in a very different direction. Where
I just described the cake stand.
I suppose.
Swazman says, as a pet sitter and a dog walker and a hyper person that I am, I usually get over 10,000 steps a day easily on my Fitbit.
Bragger.
Good for you, man.
You know, if you leave your Fitbit on the washing machine, I get 10,000 steps that way too.
I do the bike for an hour because I don't want to walk anywhere, and I hate treadmills.
See, even working out, people are finding ways around things.
So this weekend, you asked me what I was doing when we first got on the Zoom call here before we started. What I am doing is Nana Kim and I. We bought the grandchildren, the girl grandchildren, this big princess house, and it's been right now it's been kind of stored in our little front workout room area. My job is to take that down this weekend, and then I have no excuses whatsoever, none.
Well, there's a workout right there. Just doing that.
Well, hell yeah, and then once I take that apart and I take a nap, and once I wake up, then all the equipment is ready to go. So
there you go.
Yeah. By Christmas, I will be svelte.
I don't know if I'm going to get in there yet. I'm going on vacation. F that. I'm not doing any workouts. Moist One says we can burn more calories if we hold hands while walking.
I don't know that anyone's scientifically proven that. So until that's the case,
nobody has agreed to walk with you, Moist One.
Yeah.
Tiger Paws says,
Sure hope you
I've
find
gotten
somebody."
over 22,000 steps on archery contest. Oh, you're an archer? And how do you get 22,000 steps on an archery? Oh, you have to walk over and get your arrows. So you're just like walking back and forth the entire time. Maybe shoot more than one arrow at a time. You take less steps. You need to buy some more arrows. I think you're being very efficient with this.
Unless the point is to walk more, in which case, good for
And
you.
Cue the arrow going through Jeffrey's wall right now.
What the hell is that noise? Swazman says, Jeffrey, just like you guys, I'm the young old person. Just got my senior citizen discount. You know, you can't hurt yourself anymore or afford to hurt yourself, so you sort of quit certain activities. There's a lot right there that I don't know how to unpack. I'm not a senior citizen. I'm only 53.
I am. I'm 62.
You're not a senior citizen until you're 65.
No, I can get senior discounts now.
Really?
Trust me, I can use them.
Oh, I can't wait to get a coupon or something. Yeah, all right, we have to take a break. Hour 3 is up next. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
No one knows the importance of a great assist more than Lowe's and Leo Messi. That's why we've teamed up to give MVP's Pro Rewards members 10 times the points when Messi makes an assist during CONMEBOL Copa America USA 2024. Activate this offer starting June 20th, so when Messi assists, you score. Shop the day after an assist to earn those extra points. Not an MVP's Pro Rewards member? Join today. Visit Lowe's.com/Messi for more details.
Attention talcum powder users. Have you had ovarian or gynecological cancer? A proposed $8 billion plan will pay those who believe they got sick from using talc products like Johnson's baby powder and shower to shower. Johnson & Johnson maintains its products are safe. You have until July 26, 2024 to vote to accept or reject the plan. For more information, visit officialtalcclaims.com or call 888-431-4056. Paid for by LLT Management LLC.
Celebrate July 4th with savings at Lowe's. For a limited time, save on the essentials you need to make your garden pop for summer, like Miracle-Gro 25-quart potting mix. Get 2 bags for just $16 and get up to 40% off. Plus, save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major appliances. Hurry, these deals won't last long because Lowe's knows summer savings. Valid through 7/10. Miracle-Gro excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Appliance savings vary based on purchase amount, excluding supply. See Lowe's.com for more details. While supplies last.
So what did the doctor say?
He said I might need surgery.
Wow, it's that serious.
Well, we won't know for sure until I talk with a surgeon, but I'm lost. This is all new to me.
The decision to have surgery isn't easy, but neither is living with pain.
There is an alternative to surgery. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach and can restore pain-free joint function so you can avoid surgery. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. We also help restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves both immediate physical symptoms and also improves cognition and emotional stability. So when traditional medicine suggests you need surgery, how about taking another approach? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
Do you need equipment for your business but don't have the cash? I can help. I'm Dylan Cohen at JR Capital, and we offer no money down financing on new and used equipment. Excavators, forklifts, dozers, tractors, cranes, plows, and more. If it's essential to your business, I will help you get the money you need. It's faster and easier than asking your banker. Call me, Dylan Cohen, at 602-834-7353. That's 602-834-7353. Or visit moneyradio.com and click on Finance with Dylan.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down because it's time.
For what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, and good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. If you broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And Kiss the Cook says, TGIF, Blender. My son and I are on our way to the Diamondbacks game. Hey, all right. First things first, burgers and drinks. Yeah, you got time. The game doesn't start for another hour and 40 minutes, but let's take a look at what's going on. Arizona Diamondbacks favored in this game, and the money line has got them minus 175. Got plus 150 on the Oakland A's, and the point spread 1.5. So that's what's going there. Our pitcher tonight will be Slade. Tell me if I'm saying this right. Ciccone. All right. And so Slade Ciccone will be on the mound, and he's got a 5.74 ERA. He's 1-2, lost 6. Okay.
He's every time he goes out to start, I'm like, I wish that there was a healthier pitching rotation to protect this dude. He's young. There's still room to improve, but my God, man.
he's in there because of all the injuries to our pitching staff.
Like I said, if there was a more full rotation to protect him so that he's not getting this many starts and getting, well, to be quite frank, shelled every time that he's out there.
So it's a fine opportunity for Slade Ciccone, and not really a great opportunity for the Diamondbacks to win, but a fine opportunity for a young pitcher, Slade Ciccone.
Well, I mean, it is a good opportunity for the Diamondbacks to stop the slide. They've lost 2 in a row to Minnesota, which I told you was a good team. And now Oakland's coming to town. They've lost, I think it's they've won 3 of their last 10. So they're 3-7. And this is a good opportunity for the Diamondbacks to get some things right, play good ball. Play the ball you can. Treat this like any other game that you would do it. Get on base, get them over, get them in, score runs, protect your pitcher by scoring lots of runs. That's all you can do. And then Slade Ciccone, you're facing a batting lineup that's it's the Oakland Athletics. What do you want me to say? This is not a great team, but they can still hit the fire out of a baseball. This is still a major league ball club. A good opportunity for you to get yourself and your pitching squared away as well, and to get a W out of this. So let's see what happens tonight. 6:40 Snakes versus the A's, and I understand that Zach Gallen might be returning during this weekend series. So
no kidding.
That might be good news right there. Merrill Kelly is in a throwing program, but probably still about the same. And I also understand that Erod is possibly going to return to the team here in the next couple of weeks. They are doing some more imaging on his lat, and he hasn't really had a full recovery yet. So we're kind of waiting on that. But I did see Mike Hazen kind of say something to the effect of within the next couple of weeks. So he's in the middle of a throwing program. So there is help on the way. And Slade, go out and do your thing tonight, man.
Any chance maybe they drag their feet on some of these guys, just give them a little more rest through the All-Star break?
Well, look, July 1st is what, this week. So they might not rush Merrill Kelly back. They're going to need him, obviously, for the second half of this season. This team has got to get right. They have all the tools offensively to do it. They just don't have the pitching to keep them in these close ball games. When these other aces are out for the other team, it holds their offense back. So if you get a run or 2 runs and you get beat 5-1 or 5-2, it's not because your offense is bad. It's because they have their studs on the hill and you don't have anybody to counter with. You know what I mean? You've got nobody to shut down their offense. So that's why you get beat in these games.
And Randy, correct me if I'm wrong on this. Like there is kind of an aspect like football where when you're down 21 in a football game, defense is going after your quarterback because they know you've got to throw to get back in it. Like when you're down, like there are pitches that a pitcher can give you because they know you've got to chase a little bit more. You've got to be more aggressive than probably you normally would.
Yes.
If you're already down 3 or 4 runs, it's like, man, this has got to be a triple or a homer. We might not get back in this thing.
Exactly. And this is when you get these stud pitchers in here that have that out pitch they can go to. They can pull out of their pocket and they can use it to their advantage. They might be nibbling, and it starts in the first inning. When Zach Gallen goes in, he's working the strike zone on the outer part of the plate. Merrill Kelly does the same thing. He wants to see where the umpire's calling. He wants to see what his zone is today. And if he can pick apart that strike zone and then start to expand it by working maybe the outside, working off the black part of the plate, working on the inside of the plate where it might be weaker for these guys. They don't like to swing at inside pitches. You start expanding it by working close to the plate. You'll get some of those calls, and that's what helps that offense shut down, because now you've got your stud out there who's getting that out pitch.
Did you know that Monday is July? Monday is the day after tomorrow is July.
Doesn't
Can you
feel
believe
like
that?
it, but it's fast, man.
Good
And then
Lord, June went quick.
I will say this, July 1st, Monday, 15 days after that, I believe the rookies start reporting to training camp.
Crazy.
And then the 23rd, it's on, like Donkey Kong.
Mm-hmm. So just don't forget to pay your
Can't
rent
wait.
on Monday.
Cannot wait. Let's go.
Don't forget to pay your rent on Monday.
Yes.
Sorry, I was just sort of daydreaming about the Colts.
As you should. It's the time of year.
Just not
Tis the
sure
season.
if I should be confident. Not sure if I should be enthusiastic. Not sure what I've got ahead of me. I got an idea. But no, one injury and I'm back to, oh dear God, right? And how about your Washington Commandos, Keon? When you daydream about them, what are you seeing?
Hopefully Jaden Daniels in Rookie of the Year conversations. Like
Okay.
that's, if you can just have a nice solid 5-6 win season, I'm just going to buckle up and enjoy the ride. New coach, new offense and defense, new front office, new quarterback. It's all new. So
A lot of new.
I'm just going to buckle up and enjoy the whole thing.
How about you, Randy? When you're daydreaming about the Cardinals, what are you seeing, man?
Well, I see a monster defense, and I see Kyler Murray, who's got a legitimate target out there, and I see the Cardinals offense clicking from day one, and I see a lot of exciting football ahead. That's what I see.
I just don't like that mine is such a question mark about if Anthony Richardson can be smarter.
Well, I get that, but he's a year older now, and he's been in the league.
And I'm not saying he's dumb. I'm just saying, in that moment, can he resist the urge to try to be Superman?
Yeah, and that's every physically talented player has to figure this out. And you hope that he figures it out before the big one. The one where it's like you can't come back from that. There's no rehab that's really going to get you back on that same level. That he's in territory where that ends careers. Like Cam Newton was fine until his shoulder, and then that was the end of that.
Baby Mullet says, you guys think Kyler Murray has to sit in a booster seat to watch film if they sit him behind the O-line? Well, yeah.
Also, he's probably watching film with the quarterbacks. You're usually you divide into your position groups for that. So
I feel like the baby
probably no
is
booster
assumed in
seat.
group meetings. You're right, Keon. Group meetings.
So,
but if there's only a couple of guys, he probably can see it.
Yeah.
Vermont Dog says, Keon, what gym you working out, yo? Check it. I'm looking for a workout buddy to spot me at the LA Fitness in South Phoenix.
Well,
Isn't that a girl gym?
Not really.
I thought the LA Fitness was a women's gym.
I think originally they marketed it that
Oh,
way,
okay.
but like it's got all the same weights in it that every other gym has. I don't know, but like no, I am I'm going to have to decline Vermont.
He
Dogs.
says, thanks, yo, but he got this.
I'm good. I genuinely I work out whenever is convenient for me. Sometimes it's the morning, sometimes it's night, and then I go home or go to work. I really don't talk to very many people at the gym.
Not a
with
social
anybody.
thing for you.
Yeah, I'm just going to the gym. I'm knocking out my workout, and I haven't really been struggling.
You're way nicer than me. I'd be like, hell no, am I going to let somebody from the fourth dimension spot me with a 200-pound bunch of weight as I'm trying to
The
work on
barbell
my
is
pecs.
crushing my larynx.
Yeah. Remember when you didn't read my text?
I don't even read the text. It's let's.
I don't need that. Ringless Joe says, Keon, today I'm backing the Fever and the Dream to win.
All right, I'll take a look
Fever
and
and
see
the Dream.
who they're playing. Your other bet with the Sky and the Fever that did not go well.
That exploded.
Which I told you, like they're playing better teams. Anyway. Let's see. The Fever are playing the Mercury. Yeah, I don't think they're beat. No, they're playing the Mercury Sunday.
Sunday.
Is this a Sunday bet you're making? Or are they playing today? This schedule that they have on the
Dream Sparks, says Ringless Joe. Oh, okay. He meant to say Dream and Sparks.
Okay, the Dream are playing the Sun right now. That's still a close game at the moment. I don't think that the Dream are winning that game personally, but and the Sparks are going to get murdered by the Mercury. I would not make that bet either.
I understand
that you're trying to make money and they're the underdogs, so like I get it, but I don't think these are winning bets.
Lacrosse guy says, Jeffrey, are you a better golfer than Sleepy Joe? Probably not. I've only golfed like once and I shot 100. After that, I've never really had a chance to go again. Randy's supposed to teach me. So,
well, you don't want to go right now.
Hell no. Not a chance. Too hot outside. T-licious. He's look at that. He says, happy Friday, mofos. And looking in his front seat, he's got him some Hungry Howies.
Hey, there you go. I don't know what that
I haven't
is,
had that in a little bit, but they've got some nice pizza.
I like the garlic butter on their crust.
I like their wings too.
Hungry Howies?
Mm-hmm. All right. Little pricey for the wings, but they're tasty.
You know, you should talk to James over at Money Radio because sometimes he gets the free Hungry Howies.
Oh, yeah.
Or just put it in his head. Maybe he'll get you some. I don't know.
I'll ask him about it. Yeah.
Big George says, Randy, no offense.
Yes.
But have been hearing since the start of the season at the end of March that Erod was only a few weeks away.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's the end of June, beginning of July. I'm starting to hear the same thing. What a bust this signing has been. Fire Mike Hazen. Fire Torey Lavello.
Wow. Well, he did have a relapse, and they have been trying to take care of this player, and they've been trying not to rush him back. And look, a lat. If you have a hurt lat, you can't pitch the ball. I mean, you're in a lot of pain. You can't rotate. You can't do a whole lot of things. I mean, a lat tear.
Am I supposed to be able to see my lat?
It's on your back.
It's back here on your back. So
it's like
do I have a lat? Can you check?
Yeah, it's your latissimus dorsi, and yeah.
How does it look?
Well, it looks good. Yeah, I think you've done well. You've done well, Jeffco.
I haven't seen it, so I can't say.
It's
you've done well.
Muscle, so it's very similar to the hamstring in that it can be re-aggravated pretty easily. So sometimes rehab has setbacks. Like that's just, we love the stories where a guy goes to rehab and oh wow, he's ahead of schedule and he comes back and he's fine. But sometimes guys on schedule and then the muscle maybe is more damaged or he overcompensates in some way and then that sets him back and he kind of has to redo some of the rehab he did before. And that happens with muscles of that size. So,
and I think he was pitching well during spring training. He had a relapse with the lat injury, and what I understand is he's begun a throwing program, and he's that starts at 60 feet, then goes to 90, then out to 100, and out to 150. They keep stretching out his arm and letting him play long toss, and then they'll start throwing innings. But he's got to go careful and long with this to make sure that lat's not going to become re-injured. And because when you get in a ball game, I mean, you're using your lats to pitch. So I can't explain it better than that, George. I wouldn't fire Mike Hazen and Torey Lavello too quick.
especially Mike Hazen. Like I feel like the team he put together went to a World Series.
Don't buy me broken toys.
You can
yeah.
He wasn't broken when he got him, I don't think.
There it is.
So
okay.
But also sometimes you just got to play the long game. Like you get a guy that may not be healthy at the start of the season, but if you're hot and you're headed into the playoffs, you might need that dude.
You know, it's like I always like to say, sometimes you want them back right away, but you got to play the long game.
He says that. I mean, he's not just making that up, Keon. He does say that a lot. You just aren't there when he says it.
I say
he
it
says
a
it a
lot.
lot.
Yeah.
Lacrosse guy says Hungry Howie's is the worst pizza of all time. Says my wife used to buy it because it was so cheap. I don't agree. I like Hungry Howie's, but then again, I also like Little Caesars. So maybe you shouldn't listen to me.
Yeah. So in individual results may vary. I think also like it's a chain, and like any chain, sometimes it varies from restaurant to restaurant.
Thought it was a restaurant.
I mean, it is, but it's a chain.
Why'd you call it a chain?
It's a chain of restaurants.
It can't be both. It has to be one or the other. It can't be a chain and a restaurant.
When you have more than one of a restaurant.
It's got to be a restaurant or a chain.
It is a restaurant chain. And so depending
do they
on
connect together, these restaurant chains? Do they
Yes,
connect together?
Well, they do in ownership.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, so if you
is it like a hard to break this chain apart?
It's like a paper chain. Paper would be money.
But
it's chained by money.
You mean those ones we made in kindergarten, and we had to staple all those, all those.
Keon, let me get this. Yes, Randy, that's exactly right. It's done with the dollar bills. They're chained together, and that's how it works.
I'm just asking: is it possible that the Hungry Howie's you went to just was a bad Hungry Howie's?
I thought it was a chain.
It is that too.
And how would it be bad?
I really tried to help you, Keon. I really did.
I'm just not understanding here.
You're you ever catch yourself with friendly fire when you fart?
Yes.
I just
all
did.
the time.
We're taking a break. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Get insights into the sports betting market with VSiN's betting splits. See where the money is and keep updated on how the market is reacting. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The NASCAR Cup Series will be running the Ally 400 at the Nashville Speedway coming up on Sunday. It is a 1.3 mile track and they'll run 300 laps. This is only the fourth race at the Nashville Speedway for the Cup Series. Previous winners include Chase Elliott, Ross Chastain, and Kyle Larson. Larson is the betting favorite to take the checkered flag Sunday. He's plus 500. Denny Hamlin is plus 550. Christopher Bell plus 700 to win the Ally 400. Elliott plus 750. Martin Truex Jr. also plus 750. And Chastain plus 950. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Because you want to hear bacon and eggs on your outdoor griddle, not the scraping of rust. Introducing the Weber Slate Rust-Resistant Griddle. Stays ready, not rusty, with a carbon steel cooktop, pre-seasoned and ready to cook on right out of the box. The Weber Slate heats evenly edge to edge up to 500 degrees. All you'll hear is the gasp of amazement from friends and family when you serve the food. Cooking with the Weber Slate Rust-Resistant Griddle just sounds delicious and tastes even better.
When life spells heartburn, how do you spell relief? ROLAIDS.
What about when life spells fried chicken?
ROLAIDS.
Fourth cup of coffee?
Still ROLAIDS.
Extra cheesy pizza?
Rolaids always spells relief. Rolaids' powerful dual-active formula begins neutralizing acid on contact to fight your heartburn fast. So, when life spells heartburn, Rolaids spells relief. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Do you know about 211 Arizona? It's a free service to connect you with resources anywhere in Arizona. Housing assistance and eviction prevention, transportation and ride services, healthcare benefits, food resources, and even utility bill support. Talk to a live operator in English or Spanish, 24 hours a day, every day of the year. Just dial 211 or visit 211arizona.org. Get connected, get answers, and get the help you need. This message is sponsored by 211 Arizona.
Hey, everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. Did you know that the Lund Mortgage Team was founded back in 1999? That's right. They're celebrating 25 years in existence this year. And you know what you have to do to stay in business that long? You have to be good at what you do. And the Lund Mortgage Team is not just good, they are great. They have helped thousands of people save thousands of dollars over those 25 years here in the Valley of the Sun. They only lend in Arizona. And they're mortgage brokers, which means they can shop your rate around. They're not tied to just one set of rates. Mortgage rates can get crazy. They can get high. They can get low. There's good times to strike and there's times to stay on the sideline. Let the Lund Mortgage Team be your coach, be your team leader when it comes to these huge decisions. Call 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940, or you can always check them out at lundmortgage.com. Great website with all the tools you need. Call them today. They're my great friends, and you'll love them. It's the Lund Mortgage Team.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Ken Barkley here, reminding you to check out You Better You Bet. Why, you ask? Well, because we bring the fun, the insight, and all the wagertainment you need. Plus, hopefully, we win a couple bets along the way, from up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come with them, obviously. Plus, betting analysis from some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. Join myself and Nick Costos and tune into You Better You Bet, weekdays from noon to 3 on Arizona's sports betting station 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Great Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Kiss the Cook says, no chain, no restaurant. Go to a good mom and pop restaurant like Angie and Jimmy's.
Okay, but what if I don't live next to an Angie and Jimmy's? Am I supposed to drive across town to go get to a mom and pop restaurant that I don't live anywhere near?
God damn it, Keon. You go to Angie and Jimmy's. You go to Angie and Jimmy's.
Asking a question.
I don't even know where Angie and Jimmy's is.
There's a Hungry Howie's walking distance from my house, and that's multiple places I've lived somehow.
There can be both. You can go to Angie and Jimmy's, have an experience, and this is good. I like it. But you can also go, I got $5. I'm getting a Little Caesars. I'm going to take this and go home. I'm going to eat this and feel like sad and immediately regret it. But still, there's a place for both.
Yeah, I got my box of self-loathing, and I want to eat it, and I don't want it to not cost me very much money.
My box of self-loathing.
Well, because I'm not sharing.
I didn't know self-loathing was a pizza.
Can I tell you, that's perfect. You know what I'm going to do? Next time I order it, they're like, and what's your name? Self-loathing. So the box says it on there. And I got my box of self-loathing right here.
Yep. Because that's how I feel about halfway through, and I still finish.
That's brilliant.
So the NCAA, Division I at least, they've removed the ban on cannabis for championships and college football preseason. I don't understand what this means. So everybody can smoke while they're on the field? I don't understand what they're saying here. Are they saying that
no longer going to test for it?
Oh, okay. Well, that's basically you could just run around with I sit there and vape in the huddle.
I think that there would be some coaches who might have some issues with that, but
you know why? Because and here's the thing about it: it's not a performance enhancing drug. I said that really slow so the people who are stoned could follow. Anyway, it doesn't do anything for your performance out there on the field.
No, it doesn't.
And
so there's no reason to ban it.
And every study they've done, if it has any effect at all, it makes you worse.
It's like it's like showing up drunk. You're not really helping yourself. You're just hurting yourself. So it's not cheating. You're just cheating you right there.
Yeah. So if you can somehow be great past that, then you're defying it.
So I guess this is something they've decided to do here. So the punishment for positive marijuana test, they've trimmed that down as well. So I guess making changes on this. They're also back in 2022, they changed the threshold for the amount of THC. And they actually did that how much it would take for that to happen was increased.
There are so many guys that played college football in the 60s and 70s going, this is bull bleep. I can't believe how much trouble I got in back in the day.
College football.
Mm-hmm.
In all kind of football,
in all
both
in
pro and college,
in all football. But like I do think that there is a way to like there are ways to get around it. I think in college they were much more strict about getting after people about it.
Oh, just saw something made me sad. Martin Mull has passed away.
Oh, that's too bad. Nobody knows who he is besides you and I, but
I don't know if that's true. He was in the movie Clue. He was in Sabrina the Teenage Witch. He was on Roseanne. He did some spots on Arrested Development. I think he was 77, so or something. Trying to do the math here.
That's a shame.
Yeah, that is too bad. That is too bad. I mean, it's a good long life, but still, yeah. I just saw him. I was watching the Steve Martin documentary. Which, by the way, should be titled "Don't," but it's not called that. It's called Steve.
I was like, oh, that sounds interesting, and then
it was not very good.
Oh,
it wasn't done very well. But it was interesting, but it was like. It's not very well done. Anyway, so there you go. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring you all down. Yes, he was. Chosen One says he was also in Mr. Mom, classic comedy.
Yeah.
You are correct, sir. Deflated Balls says Fernwood Tonight. I never saw that. Never saw Fernwood Tonight. Bruno Baller says, so the guy who just passed away, was he the bald guy on Night Court? No. That's Richard Mole. This is Martin Mull. Different Mole. It sounds the same. You know what? Yes, it was for you, Bruno Baller.
Oh no!
I'm pretty sure Richard Mall died a while ago, didn't he?
I have no idea.
Or else he'd be like, "Finally, I have a job." Oh, he died last year at 80.
I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah. Well,
just never came up at all. That's all.
Just all this sadness now, all this death and sadness. By the way, can I just say how cool it must be to have a draft in the Sphere, because that's where the NHL draft is being held, is in the Sphere in Las Vegas.
Inside it.
But are there people in there?
Yes.
Is there an audience?
Yes. It is a venue.
Okay, good. No, I mean, right now, is there an audience? Because I saw this drone shot that there was nobody in the audience.
Oh,
but it might have been before the event started.
I don't know.
I want to go and see something in the Sphere. I think that it would be fun.
Huh.
Somebody I used to work with, he posted up. He's like, when is the Weird Al Yankovic going to be at the Sphere? I'm like, oh, you know what? That would be pretty damn good. That wouldn't be bad. So
Weird Al in the round.
Yeah, I don't know how much Weird Al I could take, though. I don't know if I could take 2 hours of Weird Al.
No.
I feel like that's an hour show.
About 45 minutes is all.
45 minutes.
Yeah. I'm being generous.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were we doing? Oh, right. We were talking about, wonder how many people think we're on drugs.
Most of them.
I assume, personally. Yeah.
I wonder about that.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, remember yesterday we were talking about how the NFL got sued and lost, and it looks like about $14 billion is going to be the settlement. Not settlement, but it's going to be the award. And so now it's like, well, how much of that money am I going to get? Because I've had the Sunday ticket the entire time the lawsuit is referencing. From June 17th, 2011 to February 7th, 2023. So I should get a lot of money. And so here's what it was. They sort of broke it down, and they're looking at it's like, well, after the lawyers, after this, after that, now you're looking at about $8 billion. And they're thinking about, okay, there's 2.4 million residential, members of the lawsuit. And they say that probably could be an average of about $3,500 each.
I wouldn't count on it.
Oh, why can't you just give me a moment to feel happy?
I did give you a moment.
I didn't have much of a moment.
Specifically,
I gave you a moment.
I only had my fingers up like this going, ooh. And I didn't get to say, ooh.
I gave you a moment.
Why you do this to me? How much did that?
wow.
All right, so if $3,500 would be an average, you don't think I'll get $3,500?
I can't say that you will. I've never seen one of these things pay out thousands of dollars like that. I've never. Has anybody got thousands of dollars from one of these lawsuits?
You got to pay attention. You got to make sure your name is in the list.
I don't think so.
I think it's a win if I get a year free Sunday ticket.
1 year?
Yeah, I feel like that would be a win.
I think you should get however many years you paid into it. That's how many years you should get free.
Well, I don't think I needed it free.
I
don't mind paying a fair amount.
I think that's the way it is.
I don't feel like it needs to be free to me.
I think it should. Yeah.
I would say, because then that would be $3,500. 10 years, $3,500 at the value.
Wouldn't you want to have free,
sure, I'd want, but I'm not saying that it's fair. I don't know if it's fair. I want what's fair. And what would be fair would be what was the fair price supposed to be, then just give me the difference. So if I get a couple $1,000s out of it, I'm pretty happy. Okay, why, number one Rattlers fan? He says, I'm blowing a raspberry. What is that a proper name, or is raspberry code for, what do you mean you're blowing a raspberry? Is some weird version of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? I don't know what's going on here. He says Weird Al has had platinum albums in 4 decades. Only Michael Jackson, Madonna have done that. Test to his longevity and awesomeness.
45 minutes, man. That's about it. I lost on Jeopardy, baby. Yeah, he said that. I mean, those are the kind of things right there.
Still don't understand why he's going down on fruit. Ringless Joe says Matt Ishbia is the kind of guy to lose the remote and say, if I was the remote, where would I be? Now apply that to his team management.
I don't think that's. You're going to actually have to unpack what you mean by that.
What? I think everybody's stoned right now. Are we so stoned that we think everybody's stoned?
It is sort of late.
Well,
Kiss the Cook says Dr. Demento in the Sphere.
Not Dr. Demento. It would be Weird Al Yankovic.
No, I know, but what if he went in there and just played the hits?
Dr. Demento?
Yeah.
Now, that would be fun.
Yeah, half an hour show right there. He'd be open if Dr. Demento opened up, spinning the hits, putting all those crazy videos up, and then here comes Weird Al for 45 minutes. Yeah, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as it doesn't cost more than like $50.
Yeah,
I think that's fair. Anyways,
50? No.
We'll sit. We'll get good seats if I win this amount of money from the settlement.
Well, I don't want you to get your hopes up. I just don't want to see your hopes get dashed.
Anything can happen, Randy.
I hope they send you $3,500. I'm just saying I can't see it happening. Usually, you get one of those settlements and it's like $1.59.
Hope is not a dumb thing. I like to have hope. Okay, let me give you an example. No, hear me out. You know how we have a salesman who has a license plate that says no ace because he's never hit a hole in one? His license plate should say no sales. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the fact it says no ace. But he still has hope. And how about Frank Benzel? He made a hole in one on the fourth.
Yep.
On the fourth hole.
Yep.
Did it again on the fifth. Two holes in one in a row. What are the chances of that happening?
A quadrillion to one.
If he'd listened to you, he'd think he had no hope.
No, that's not true.
And I have hope that I'll get a couple grand out of that settlement.
I hope you do. I hope you do. I hope beyond hope that you do.
And then maybe I'll fly to Indianapolis and watch a Colts game.
I hope you do, and I hope you fly to Indianapolis and watch a Colts game. I really do.
And fly right back because I don't want to stay in a hotel there.
I don't want to see my buddy's hopes get dashed. That's all.
Frank Benzel, though. How about that?
Yeah.
I mean, that was amazing.
It was the U.S. Senior Open. Does he golf from the ladies' tee there, or is he go from the regular?
I don't know what they golf from, but he 2 in a row, man. Yeah. Congratulations. That's more than I have. That's 2 more than I have.
56 years old. Back-to-back aces.
That's fantastic.
Of course, that doesn't mean he won.
No, he's not winning. I don't believe. No,
he's not that good.
No, he's pretty damn good to hit 2 aces in a row.
Well, then
and to
it's
be
the-
on a professional golf tour.
The putting part.
He
He
didn't have to
opened
putt.
at 4 over, had back-to-back bogeys to follow those aces.
Yeah, well,
Bills fan Russ says crop dusted in an elevator, not good. You are correct.
all I know is one
Why
time
is
I
he
was
telling us this?
I was
You were
working
talking
at a
about,
church as
That was
a
like
fire.
That was like
live-
a whole segment ago. Sorry,
I
Randy.
was working at a church as the live sound guy, and it was a long Sunday morning, and I just got into my car and I had to flatulate one that I'd been holding the entire second half of the
Which is
church.
kind of you.
Yeah, but I held it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I had this little car. It's the one I'm driving now, currently. The
Oh, yeah,
Ultima. Yeah. And so oh man, I let it go big, and I didn't mind because I was the only one in the car.
Yeah, that's your domain.
But God bless her, this little lady came up to ask me a question.
You just hotboxed your car full of fart, and she's
And-
tapping on the way.
This poor little lady.
Hello, Randy.
Oh my God, yes. And I tried to crack the window just a little, and she did one of those pullbacks. She went, "Oh hey, Randy. Oh, hey, Randy. Hey, Randy.
Oh,
Never mind.
Randy, did you crap yourself?
I forgot what I was going to ask you. Never mind." As I'm sorry. And I rolled the window back up. That poor lady. She probably still has nightmares about that.
That'll teach her.
Oh,
You
And
should
she
have done.
she got right down in there too, man.
Right.
Right.
Nose
She got
first in the window
oh,
crack.
Just
yeah.
a nice
Got-
lungful.
Oh, she did. She did, man. Her
So-
mouth was open and everything because she was saying, "Hey, Randy." And it's just like on the Tomb Raider there, all the faces of the guys
just
they
melting
melted.
away.
Oh, I can just see that. Her makeup starts to melt off. God bless her. Yeah.
So if you'd thought about it, you would have rolled down the passenger window first,
I should have done that.
vinched the stank.
I should have. I didn't even think about that.
This old lady ain't approaching any more cars.
Oh no, at
That-
least
you
not
probably
from
have done her a favor.
I probably have taught her well. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just a horrible way to learn that.
That window opened and it went. It was like the Fog movie. You know the movie The Fog.
Yeah.
When the fog comes in, that's what happened. The green fog came out of my Ultima, and engulfed this poor little lady. Oh my God.
Just mustard gas comes rolling out of the
Oh,
window.
jeez.
I'll get a ride somewhere else.
You know what? Never mind. I forgot. Forgot.
Anyone would forget, to be honest. It's
Window back up. Yeah. Oh my! I was so embarrassed.
You shouldn't be embarrassed.
just barely oxygen in
That
the
is
car.
your space.
I mean, I saved it. I didn't offend anybody, but I couldn't get away clean. That's just my life, isn't it? Jeffrey, you know me. That's my life.
No, I hear you.
That's
And I got in that car, and I mean, it was like a subwoofer went off in that car. Long
You-
too.
you
It
just
was
had-
one of them long, powerful ones.
You know, one of the times I realized I'd lost a bit of frequency in my hearing. This is years ago. We're talking years ago. Walking through a Home Depot with a girl, and I'm thinking all this noise and people talking, and I'm just like, I'm just farting as we go, thinking she can't hear that. So we're walking along, and I just crop dusty. She looks at me, and she's like, "You know, people can hear that, right?" Like, you better start walking faster, or you're about to smell it. Keep moving. Keep moving. I didn't
Oh,
think
yeah.
anybody could hear it. I really thought I was being clever.
It's like that's a silent but deadly. No, not that silent.
Just getting
Not
out
that
all
silent.
the poisons. Just,
No.
just working it. Yeah.
Man.
Oh,
we were serious enough dating that she wasn't, going to break up with me over it, but it was, I was certainly not going to get to marry her.
First thoughts through my head when I opened that window is I've killed this poor lady. I've killed her. I have killed her.
You're going to have to speak at the funeral. I'm really sorry.
Because you heard her last words, obviously, which is
my
God. I forgot.
That
apparently,
was so embarrassing.
Her last words would have been, "You need to go to the doctor." All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we got on this date in Big George's sports history. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-280-8787. That's 1-800-280-8787. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-280-8787. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Everybody's got a podcast these days. Comedy, politics, true crime, you name it. But how many actually teach you anything useful? Harman Solar has an entertaining podcast that is vital if you've been thinking about looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Ralph and Ben explore the intricacies of utilities, equipment, processes, and more. Their primary objective is to educate and empower you to make informed decisions on your solar journey. So increase your knowledge, not your bills. Go check it out right now. It's the Harman Solar Podcast at harmansolar.com.
Need a boost in capital or a flexible line of credit for your growing business? Hi, I'm Dylan Cohen at JR Capital. I can help you get the money you need fast. The process is a breeze with a simple application and same-day approvals. No more waiting, no more hassle. Just a straightforward path to securing the funds you need faster and easier than asking your banker. So call me, Dylan Cohen, at 602-834-7353. That's 602-834-7353. Or visit moneyradio.com and click on Finance with Dylan.
Celebrating 30 years of AmeriCorps in Arizona looks like more than 27,000 members, 29 million hours served, nearly 75 million in scholarships, millions of lives changed. When you sign up for AmeriCorps in Arizona, you make a difference. Also, earn a living stipend, plus education scholarships. Join the movement by signing up at serve.az.gov. That's serve.az.gov. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Youth, Faith, and Family.
The most important event in sports could happen at any time.
Like right now.
Or right now. Or even now. Don't miss history. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Stay Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So, listen, farting is a fun thing for us men's to talk about. It's not something that I don't. I try to never do that in front of my wife, and I've tried to do that with all the gals in my life. I try to treat them higher than my buddies. You know what I mean? I'm an Olympic style farter around my pals and friends and stuff, but when it comes to the ladies, I think as men we should always try to avoid that. Now, that said, there are some gals in relationships who will blast ass just as much as a guy will and giggle. But that's cool. I'm just saying, for me, I always try to. I don't hack loogies, and I try not to fart in front of the ladies. That's just kind of my thing. And to try to treat them as more than that's what I do. But individual results may vary on who that gal ends up being. You know what I'm saying? But Kiss the Cook says my wife ripped one so bad the dogs are scratching at our bedroom door to get out. Oh, that's funny. Rattlers fan says, I once farted in a Las Vegas hotel elevator. It was empty as I got out. And then a famous baseball player and his supermodel girlfriend entered it. As I looked over my shoulder, grinning, the looks on their faces were priceless. As the elevator door started to close, he flipped me off.
The elevator ones are.
Who was
great.
that? Who was it?
We are going to need to know who that is if you don't mind sharing that. The elevator ones are really bad because I remember one time I was in an elevator and a bunch of very attractive women walked in the elevator as I was walking out, and I just ripped one.
Oh, geez, Keon.
And I saw them heading into it, and I was just like, so I waved and I walked around the corner, and then I ran. I have no idea what happened back there.
In case they came out.
No, you're not going to see me around. Like, you're just going to know me as the one a-hole you saw for 2 seconds, as opposed to that's the guy that did it.
That's awesome.
That's the guy that caused my.
Yeah,
that's the guy that caused my COPD right there.
I was at a hotel. I could have run into them again.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
so
you're right,
I don't want them to remember me too well. It just I took off, man. I was gone.
Harry Soap says Randy was saving his fart, so he ended up releasing from mid fart. Oh, that poor old lady. Oh,
well, and that wasn't my fault. I mean, I was in,
farts worse.
I was in church, and I was trying not to do anything like that. I didn't want to kill people in the church. I thought it was just going to be me in the car.
That's the polite thing to do.
Just got in the car, just sat down in the car, ripped it, and here she came. And I was like, oh, no.
You can't,
Car wasn't even on yet. I didn't have the air conditioner going. What are you going to do?
You can't just be ripping farts in a house of worship. You do have to wait.
Man.
You did the right thing. It just didn't work out for you.
If I would have done that, rose 50 through 75,
like dominoes,
just fell right over. Somebody would have thought it was a move of the Holy Spirit in the house of worship right there.
Just holy something. Number one Rattlers fan says, picture Kurt Schilling. Okay, picture Kurt Schilling.
Or was it Kurt Schilling?
Was it? Or he thought maybe it was. Bruno Baller says, is it a new Blender segment? Friday Fart Talk? Sounds like it could be.
I mean, I'm pretty sure between the three of us, there are plenty of stories.
Hurry Harry says, has anybody lit their farts by match or lighter? I have, he says. No.
How'd that go for you?
No.
I've never thought to do that.
Look, man,
I'm
everybody
kinda hairy,
farts.
so
yeah, that would be dangerous. Yeah.
It's smell twice as bad. Yeah, Brunswick guy says crop dusting must be an American thing. Oh, don't act like Canadians don't do the same thing.
Canadians,
yeah, but the Canadians smell like maple syrup.
Just because you say sorry after doesn't mean that it didn't happen.
Well, they see, but that's what I mean. Our Canadian neighbors, they smell like maple syrup.
Well, that's fair enough.
I just realized something. One of the other things I like to do is crop dust the food court at the mall. And that place is loud enough, I think. I get away with it.
That you know of.
Well, that's not starting to wonder now I think about it.
It's like, well, once you thought no one could hear it, but maybe.
Well, I'll walk across, stop, and look back, and nobody's looking at me. They're looking at each other like, you son of a bitch.
You do it now.
Like, who did that? So
just walking through a courtyard, a food court, and testing friendships and relationships.
Yeah, there's lots of noise in the food
through.
court. It turns out Home Depot, not as much. So
no.
Anyway, let's talk about something that might help turn our ladies on. Okay, farts, not it.
Switch. Yeah.
Yeah, but the secret is out, everybody. Here's what'll turn 69% of Americans say seeing their partner clean is a turn on. So maybe do a little dishes there. You know what I'm saying? In a new survey, American adults say that seeing their partner cleaning is a big turn on, especially if they give it the old hawk tua, I think. But, they didn't ask him what kind of cleaning. little spit shine. I don't know. But it seems like general home cleaning, mopping, vacuuming, dusting, putting things away, scrubbing the bathroom, maybe doing a little something, for her. Gen Z and millennials are more likely to say they'd rather receive the gift of a clean house than something expensive, like the jewelry or electronics. But, women, twice as many say they prefer the smell of a clean home over that of fresh flowers, if you know what I mean. So making an effort might inspire her to make an effort, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, clearly you don't know what I'm saying. I think you might get some.
I was going to agree with you. I said I think that makes sense.
There's just this long ass pause. I feel like clean, and
well, yeah, because it's because
maybe she will,
especially if she's the one that winds up doing a lot of the cleaning. Then that says you care, basically. Like, hey, let me take that work off your hands today.
Care about what?
About her.
Oh.
If you clean, especially if she's the one that does most of that in your house.
If I clean, you're saying then Miss Kim will clean me?
She kind of has to.
Well, the studies suggest that she would want to.
Like some sort of a sponge bath or something? Or
I'm thinking so. Yeah. Here's what you can do. You want to do even if you do the old bartender trick. Okay, do the bartender trick. Do you know
what's
what
that?
Open a bottle at the counter, and you just sit there and you sort of kind of clean that one spot on the counter. Like kind of just whatever, because it looks like you're doing something. And that might help.
I think you should just actually clean every once in a while.
I'm trying to give people a way out, but
I don't know if you genuinely want this, then you should just genuinely do it.
And that's fine. But what if you're in a hurry? Just try to look busy.
All right, I'm just saying,
smile like this.
You get out of it what you put into it is what I'm saying.
Clean the counter.
You rub that one spot on the counter. If you
and she'll rub that one spot on you.
That's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, you're probably right. I did the dishes and I made breakfast, and so we'll see.
You think tonight's the night, huh?
Well, I think every night's the night. I just need someone to agree.
But in the immortal words of Rod Stewart, tonight's the night. It's going to be all right.
Yeah. I did the dishes.
Turn out the light.
I made breakfast. I stretched out.
Oh.
Got to make sure you stretch out.
Yeah.
Number one Rattlers fan says, this might even be better than the last one. At Wild Horse Pass Casino, it's for craps tables, and on a Saturday night, at 10:30, probably 80 people there. I crop dusted every single one of them with a world-class one.
Wow.
Yes, plural, actually. I kept farting for a good 45 seconds. You nasty.
That's impressive.
But then again, so am I. Case the Cook says, Canadians have poutine farts.
That can't possibly smell good.
Gravy fart?
That's got to smell terrible and probably sound just
like
as
that
bad.
homemade gravy.
Liquid courage.
Not as a fart.
Liquid courage needs your prayers. He says, I ripped one in a grocery store, and as I turned the corner, 3 nuns were walking right towards me.
Oh, good heavens.
You just put your mortal soul in danger.
Yeah. Well, you got to move quick because they're going to come back at you with beads and rulers. Just they'll beat you into the parking lot.
Are you Catholic? Because that's not great for you. That's very bad news for you.
But I'll tell you what, I think if anybody who has been to Catholic school, they appreciate what you just did. Without a doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1997, former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson was disqualified from his bout against, this is with the one where he chewed off Evander Holyfield's ears.
Yeah.
That's what it basically happened. He bloodied them both, took a big chunk out of one, and Holyfield was like, what the hell, man? Howling in pain. Tyson got disqualified and got banished from ever fighting in the state of Nevada ever again.
Wow.
I wonder what was really going on in Mike Tyson's head. Where he thought, I think biting his ears off was Holyfield like about to whoop his ass? I mean, I remember watching this and I'm like, I didn't think that Tyson was in trouble.
He wasn't in trouble, but Holyfield was taking the fight to him, and he was clearly the aggressor in the fight, and I think he was wearing Tyson down. Like at that stage in Tyson's career, his conditioning wasn't what it was when he was younger. So like it's just he was getting worn down, and I think he felt himself losing, and I think the anger and frustration of it, he took it out on Evander Holyfield's ear specifically.
He wasn't Iron Mike back then. He was Aluminum Mike.
Well, I mean, he's only 10 years removed from when he was the undisputed heavyweight champion.
Mhm.
But I guess 10 years in
10 years
boxing
is 10
is a lot of
years.
years.
It's a lot of years. There was prison in that stint.
Oh, yeah.
And then of
in
course
prison,
his trainer Cus D'Amato, the guy that got him into boxing in the first place. Once Cus died, Mike Tyson was just not as sharp.
Kind of lost.
Afterwards, yeah, and I think that he was really hurt by that, but also his training was really not to the same level that it was before.
Well, so that's on this day in Big George's sports history, and that's going to wrap it up for today and this week and all that good stuff. We'll see you back in your radios again on Monday at 3 p.m. Have a very safe weekend, and then come back Monday and let us know of your crop dusting stories. Or do we just do that a week from now? I don't know. Take it easy, guys. And don't forget to pay your rent on Monday. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.